I'm Rezlar.
I'm Frosty.
As nobody's really engaged quite yet.
Yep. Oh, there we have a bit of. Oh, was that a triple stun for the Mystic?
And welcome back to the Value Pack. And welcome everybody to another episode of the Value Pack. We got some stuff to talk about. In live stream, Odyllita, all the good stuff. Odyllita is out. Now we actually get reactions. If you're watching the YouTube video, you should be watching Frosty grind Tauros right now with the Succession Zerker that he can't keep up with. But first, I want to thank some people over at Patreon, Badgerana, Infrax, Hawaiian, Auscultation, Icarian, Just Car Eyes, Issues, Jeremy Johnson, Calhad, Meo Knight, Minarius, and Vala, and Talus Accept them. Thank you guys very much for your support. And let's get into the first thing we want to talk about, which is the EU. I don't know what to call it. The EU community GM inlay stream. I don't know exactly what to call it, but basically EU had this thing where Inlave had some streamers that were all streaming compete in basically this like competition / event type deal, and this is all specifically for EU. So if you're in NA and you're like, wait, I didn't catch this shit, it's because NA didn't have it, and apparently they're gonna do it later. But basically, they would give the streamers like riddles that the streamers would have to figure out, and that's where we got the codes from. If you guys remember all the codes that we were getting, that's what that all was from. So they would have to figure out the riddles to unlock the codes, and then they would have to fight members from the community to like proceed to like the next thing or some shit like that. So yeah, overall it seemed like a pretty cool event thing. I didn't watch it personally, but I know a lot of people did, and a lot of people really enjoyed it and thought that it was really cool. And I think it is cool that Inlave is trying to like do more like community stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty dope. And I think also I was talking to Adri about it, and she said that in the interview that Inlave did with Hedon, that or maybe it was something else, but apparently Inlave, this was basically Inlave's like brainchild. Like he just kind of came up with it, and then they actually ended up doing it, which is a really cool thing. That he just like kind of had this idea of like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we did this? And then he made it happen. So, Frosty, nice. Are you going to sign up to be a horseman? Because I think you should. I think that'd be cool.
Rumors are we're getting our event with Odyllita Part 2 and the Caphras book Chapter 1 released, dude.
So, in 2022?
Well, when Shadowlands comes out, they got to find the date. That's what Odyllita Part 2 is saved for.
Once WoW announces their stuff, then they'll figure it out.
Dude. So explain to me the signing up to be a horseman thing. Is it like a potato sack race?
The horsemen were the people who fought the streamers, and they're basically like gatekeepers to like the next like level, basically. So I guess it was every so amount of riddles, like certain amount of riddles, they would have to fight like a quote unquote like floor boss kind of. And it would be a member from the community, like a really geared and pretty skilled member of the community.
Someone, can you still use the codes? I believe they said it was only for like 10 hours or 24 hours or something, so I don't think so.
They went out yesterday. And I didn't get to redeem them because my power went out, and then I lost internet. Hooray.
Like, they were decent rewards since you got so many boxes, but each individual box is pretty bad. It gave you're not missing out on that much. You're missing out on like 6 hours of book of skill training. It was a decent amount of memory frags, but yeah.
There should be an NA one, so we're probably going to get double, because it's probably going to be the same, if not the same, similar rewards, I would assume. So whenever NA has their version of it, whenever they decide to get around to it. If they decide to get around to it, obviously they could just not, which would be lame, but hey, you know, that's their prerogative.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the word. I just wanted to use something fancy.
Yeah, that's the word.
It's pretty cool though, the Four Horsemen thing.
Yeah. It's pretty neat. I like it. I like that he's trying to like do community stuff.
Yeah, get the
Community stuff is
engaged.
always really dope.
Who's our GM that would host it here?
Probably.
Good vibes, guy.
No, unfortunately, that would be cool if it was vibes. But who would it be?
Who's the coolest NA GM? That's really what you need to ask yourselves.
Yeah, I'm trying to
coolest NA
think.
GM?
I mean, we have
I
GM.
only,
I like the
only have
GM
one.
do that hands us the band waves. He's cool.
Oh yeah, that would be a good one too. Just GM death or delete.
I like the GM that gives me my crystals back whenever I die to moms. That one's pretty dope.
Ooh,
Don't
that
remember
guy
their
is
name.
cool.
Shout out
Yeah.
to that guy.
No,
Yeah,
I like
shout
the
out
I like
that guy for
the
sure.
the first GM in that email chain that told you no, and you had to ask for someone higher up. I want that guy, dude. I want the guy.
Anyway,
that-
so yeah, I don't know exactly how to sign up for being a horseman. Someone in chat is saying you can just PM Enlave on Discord. I'm assuming if you're in the Cacao community Discord or whatever, and then he'll be in there, I'm sure. So you can PM him and figure out how to do it, I guess. Or maybe there'll be a sign up sheet somewhere in there. I don't know, but if you want to do that, you can do that. It sounds really cool. Sounds really fun. Also, apparently they only had 4 streamers. I'm wondering if they're going to do 4 streamers again, or if there's going to be more or less, or what.
Their minimum gear rec to be a horseman.
Probably,
Yeah,
I would
sure they-
assume.
Sure, they
'Cause
want to
we-
have people that have decent gear. For
You got to keep in mind this. Okay, if they only did 4 streamers, who would be the 4 streamers that are also partners? Because obviously they're going to be partners, right? Who are going to be the 4 streamer partners that are doing the NA version?
Well, in my
it's-
head, I'm imagining Rezlar as one of the horsemen, and Zethian comes up and kills you with just a spear.
Yeah, no, probably not.
that would probably be exactly how that goes down.
I'm thinking like the 4 streamers. It's probably gonna be like Choice. I'm sure would be like 100% down for it.
Mac.
'Cause that sounds like some shit he would
Oh,
enjoy.
Choice,
Mac
Choice
would be
definitely
down.
be down for it. Choice would have a blast too.
Yeah, Mac would be down for it. That seems like some shit that he would enjoy doing. I don't know. Divios, the first horseman. Oh god.
Whoa, no. You'd be
Someone get
unkillable.
Divios on the phone, dude. Yeah, basically, if they lost, because they struggled against a Zerker apparently on the EU one, and apparently they just kept like retrying with like different people. So it wasn't like a if you lose you're out. It's like you keep going until you win sort of thing. Apparently,
Was
So,
it Red Zerker?
I don't know. I don't know the name
Oh, yeah,
of the Zerker.
Red Zerker is. I thought Red Zerker was NA.
No, he's EU.
No, he's EU.
Dude, that wouldn't it be funny though? It's like that directly results in them deciding, you know what, we are in fact going to remove mouse movement from the game.
Yeah, Zerker's clearly just he's able to get away too easily.
Dude, they could call in. For one of the streamers. They could get Potion Shop. He'd be absolutely useless for the PvP, but he'd probably be pretty good at the riddles, right?
True.
So we get our codes. We'd get our codes.
That's true. That's true.
It was not Red Zerker. Okay.
That's too bad. Well, there goes that fantasy.
I mean, it would make sense if it was him.
Dude, what if they get to the final horseman and it's Lakari? He's just like, I'm just here. He just gets like clapped.
Yeah, he's 270
There for the
AP,
clout.
301 DP, the old good
Yeah,
gear.
Yeah, exactly. He's just there for the name. He just gets like one tapped by choice. Oh man. So yeah, that's a cool thing that they're doing, and apparently it's gonna happen in NA at some point. Don't know when. If you're interested in becoming a horseman, you can sign up. Apparently by messaging Inlave on Discord. Inlave, if you get a bunch of PMs, it's not my fault. That's what Mina said in chat. Mina, the moderator in you guys' streams. It's her fault.
And if you have a problem with Mina, you
Totally
can
Reservoir's
contact her. She is the GM of Bloodthirst.
No, that's the well. First of all, no, wrong. Shadow GM, but also wrong.
Wait,
Mina.
who's the GM?
Val's GM.
Oh, Valter?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, Val is the GM.
Oh shit, dude.
Mina's just Shadow GMing.
No wonder I didn't pass the PvP trial. I got you. Okay.
Anyways, yeah, cool community events. Hopefully they do more stuff like this in the future because it's pretty dope.
Agreed. On to Odyllita?
On to
Sure
Odyllita,
thing.
reactions and thoughts and all
Alright.
of those things.
Let's start with the quest line. Everyone did the quest line. Is there anybody here who paid attention to the story a little bit?
Nope.
No.
I've
I
been
got
told it's really
glimpses.
good though.
I got glimpses of the storyline in between my spamming of R button.
Yeah, my R button got mashed as hard and fast as I could get it mashed.
Man, you had to really push that bitch too. Like I was sitting there, like there was so many times where I was like, dude, I feel like I've been spamming R for 2 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Like this is insanity.
There was a lot of R. Dude, I have to say, even though I still think there's elements of most of the quest line that are annoying in like not just Odyllita, but like just anywhere. I do love that there's the chat is separated by W, the main quests and the side quests are all separated by Q and A now. So you don't keep picking up all these side quests by accident.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That shit is so nice, dude. The amount of quests I have still on other characters that I have no idea where they're from.
Also, wait. If we're talking about the quest line, we first have to discuss
Kama.
rest in peace, the poor souls who got stuck at yellow flowers on the yellow.
Oh my
Columbia
God,
campus.
Can I
yeah,
say something about that? Okay.
I did for like 15 minutes. That was cancer.
4 days before Odyllita came out, it dawned on me that I was like, oh shit, you need Kama Sylvia questline. And I was like,
I didn't even know about that quest line.
I was like, dude, I got to get this done. And then I was like asking, like, do I need Dregan too? And everyone's like, nope, you just need Kama. I was like, all right, cool. And then I open up my thing. I never did it on my Kuno. That's why. So I have it done on my Mystic and my Sork, but never on my Kuno. So I was like, all right, well, I gotta do this on my Kuno. So here we go. And I open up the quest log and I see Kama 1, 2, and then I see Kama something light. There's 3 different versions. And I was like, wait, which one should I do? And they're like, they're basically the same thing. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna just do Kama 1 and 2 because that's what I'm most familiar with. So like 3 days before the fucking Odyllita patch comes out, I spend all this time doing Kama 1 and 2. So that way I wouldn't be, because I literally said like multiple times, if I'm stuck doing the Kama questline on launch day, it's going to be annoying as fuck. And then launch day comes out, and Kama 1 and 2 don't count. You have to do the new version of the Kama questline. So I'm doing it again. Oh, that tilted me. Dude.
And to top it off, some of the quests are like almost copy paste from some of the originals.
Yeah.
It was like super fucking annoying.
Although everyone who told me just do Kama 1 and 2, the new questline's way harder, is wrong. The new questline's way easier than 1 and 2 used to be. Or it's like way,
it's
way
a lot
shorter
easier.
anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was kind of funny like watching like the whole server just pissed off that they're doing Kama questline on Odyllita launch day.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to have a heads up like a week in advance. Like, by the way, you need this version.
Yeah,
the other one doesn't count.
Would have been nice to know for sure. Because when I asked my KR contacts, they said, no, you just need Kama. I'm just like, okay. I already had that done. At least I thought. I didn't realize that there was another fucking quest line that they added for God knows whatever reason.
Well, it's from when they redid all the quest lines a while back. They like streamlined everything or whatever.
Yeah, but why didn't my old quest like fucking work still?
Because that's the old quest. This is the new quest.
Silly.
Yeah, it was
Could've
whatever.
retroed
So,
that.
I always liked doing the questline the very first time though. So when I was running through the Odyllita questline, it was kind of fun to see all the new areas, like as it brings you through spots you've never been to before. And Odyllita is I actually think it's way larger than I thought it was going to be. I don't know why.
I agree, actually.
Thought it was going to
I
be
kind of
really
thought it was
small.
going to be smaller.
Yeah. And the
I thought the
grind
region
spots,
was going to be smaller, and I thought the city was going to be smaller too. But they're both a lot bigger than I thought they were going to be.
yeah, the city's huge. I was tilted that like 4 times during the questline. It brings me back to Grana. I was like, what am I doing in Grana during this new questline? The fuck? I don't want to be in Grana, dude. But yeah, it was alright. I didn't follow the lore at all, so it sucks. Like, none of us 3 are lore people, so.
Yeah, unfortunately. Sorry for you, RPers.
I don't think the lore people are the RPers. Those are not synonymous.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, I feel like the RPers probably would be interested in the lore, though, right?
Yeah.
No, probably not.
You don't think so?
You don't think so?
No, they make their own lore. Isn't that the whole point?
Well, yeah, but I think they base it...
Yeah, but like usually in conjunction with the lore of the story.
Yes.
They have their own lore for their characters, kind of like the
Oh, maybe. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, actually.
I think
mean,
they're like
that would be
motivated
my
by...
understanding, at least.
I don't know how these things work. I've never done this shit.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit motivated by the fact that the lore is there. You know, they take that.
Actually,
and
you
they
know
run with
what? You know what? That actually makes sense because what was that fucking guild that would always like constantly recruit in World Chat? That was an RP guild. It was like Eagle like Regiment or something, and that they would always describe themselves as like a Calpheon's like Knight guild. There's some shit like
Yeah,
that.
they base it on the storyline.
Yeah. That makes sense. Also, can we talk about the fact that you can just straight up murder gorillas in this fantasy world?
I want to talk more about why the gorillas are all standing upright 100% of the time.
And they're huge! Like, don't get me wrong, gorillas are big, but, like, these are King Kong looking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They're a little later on the Harambe.
I like that the artwork or design that it would take to add an AI that allowed the gorillas to like sometimes go up in trees just was not even a thought. It was like, let's just put some standing upright gorillas around the map. That'll be fine. No one will notice this is a little weird.
Just a little bit.
They looked scary. I was like, oh shit, dude, what if this thing like just comes after me?
Yeah, but they don't give any trash, so it's like, why would I murder the gorillas?
They don't even give trash loot?
The trash they give is like garbage. It's like not worth anything.
So they give trash, you just don't like it.
Dude, I like the phrase that the trash they give is garbage. I feel like without BDO context,
Someone would be like utterly confused by this. Yeah.
my problem with gorillas is the trash they give is garbage. It's like,
Is there gorilla blood? Maybe there's gorilla blood. Is there life skillers? Is gorilla blood a thing? Maybe that's why they exist.
Yeah, tell us, EU, how many cafres you get per hour from gorilla blood?
Yeah, EU, go on.
Dude, I think that the scary gorillas are one of the cooler parts of Odyllita though, because if you're like, they're always in, like if you go to a grind spot but you click too high on the map because you're not used to where to go yet, you end up looking at upright gorillas instead of where you actually wanted to be. It's sort of like a nope, you don't belong here. Alright, so Odraxia is too big, right? For no reason?
Pretty much. It's kind of laughably big. Like it's almost as big as like Calpheon, but Calpheon, I don't know. Calpheon A is already too big, and B, Calpheon just doesn't feel so empty all over the place. Like Odraxia kind of feels empty with its bigness.
Does it? I don't know if I've been around the whole place, but I mean, I've always hated Calpheon, so
I have to always.
Yeah, Calpheon has always felt like such a dumb city to me.
So I think so I was looking whenever I was doing the quest line, and I realized how fucking huge Odraxia was. And I was looking around. Obviously, this is not a very scientific way of doing things, but I was looking around the map at the different cities, and I think Odraxia is now the third biggest city on the map. It goes Valencia City, Calpheon City, and then Odraxia.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Valencia's... Oh yeah, I guess Valencia is kind of massive.
Valencia is massive because it includes like the farms and the lake and all that shit.
Right.
Does it now?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's true.
Well, you don't
There's a
count
lot
those,
of-
Nayashi? That's your sticking point here?
Oh yeah. Just fucking around.
He's like, me and the Meiwas in the Meiwa Discord never counted the lakes or the farms.
I mean, they have their own part of the city. You know, they have their own name. It's not like Valencia City Farm. They have their own like little specific nodes. If you look at it,
That's true. But I don't know. I count it because there's no gap in the safe zone. It's lapped over each other, right?
Yeah, I mean the lake makes sense, but not the farms. Farms are their own thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would still count the farms because there's no gap in the safe zone. So it's like even though there's a different node, quote unquote, I don't know. I would still consider that part of the city because it's all one big ass safe zone.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's the point of this is just a side tangent. But what's the point of the castle area that has all the guards in Heidel? That's like above Heidel.
I think that was a lore thing, wasn't it?
I don't know. It's like
that was like a lore thing where it was like Heidel used to rule itself, but then like now it doesn't. It's like ruled by Calpheon or some shit. Isn't that what it is? I only vaguely remember.
Couldn't tell you for sure.
Sounds like a Meiwa thing. I have
sounds like something I press R constantly through.
Alright, so the quest line was whatever. The rewards were kind of... I can't tell if they were good. I don't remember... they were like kind of good, but also depending on how you value stuff. I don't give a fuck about storage slots in Odraxia, so...
I mean, I honestly thought the final rewards were actually really good for those... For like, everybody, you know? Like... Because you need mass... Massive pure magic and having the extra free worker nodes or worker expansion slots.
True.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I forgot we got the challenge tab rewards. Although, is that an event or is that just permanent for finishing Odyllita? This is what we got.
Good question.
5 masses and some other stuff. That stuff was cool. But the actual quest reward seemed like whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there weren't anything impressive for sure.
I do love that they give you flawless magical blackstones as a reward, but you can't use them for Dead God. It's always
Black Star related stuff.
What do you use for Dead God actually?
So you have to take,
or something?
I believe it's heating or simple alchemy, whatever, but you take 10 Kaffir stones, 1 sharp, 1 hard, and a mass of pure magic. And you combine it all together and you get it's like a flawless chaotic, or a pure, whatever the hell, I don't know, something chaotic. Yeah, flawless chaotic magical blackstone. Dude, that thing is like a legit bottleneck. Like that and fail stacks. It's like on paper you look at Dead God and you're like, dude, this is actually kind of easy to get. So you get the Dead God armor and you're like, Pry and Duo is not that bad. The chances are fairly high. But if your luck on Pry or Duo like is average or below average, like you start going through Kaffir stones. I was watching a guild of ours got their flame yesterday. They were enhancing the Dead God armor and they went through like 270 Kaffir stones in like 25 minutes, and then we're like, you know what? I'm gonna take a break from enhancing for a while.
Yeah, it's expensive to enhance that thing, and then on top of that, 3 fails basically breaks the armor, right?
Yep, 30 derp per, I think.
So it's like you're spending shitloads to try to enhance that.
Someone was
I seen
saying
Dragon
not
Uzi's video. He went through like I think 4 full repairs or more,
to get to what
and
level?
then on top of that, all the enhancement material.
Yeah. What level did he get it to?
I think he stopped at duo.
Okay.
He did 1 try attempt, I think.
That's what I was.
I don't know.
thinking about doing.
It doesn't exactly say try. It says the name of it, like Silent God or whatever.
Right.
So I'm not familiar with the names of the different enhances yet.
Dude, I like the names are kind of interesting. The first one is Desperate for Pry. If you get it to Pry, you have a Desperate Dead God.
So true.
If you get it to Duo, it's Distorted Dead God, which is like probably the coolest name, either that or the pen. And then Try.
Uzi's in chat. He said he'd stopped at duo.
Try is silent. And then Tet is Wailing, wailing, which is kind of ironic that it sounds like wailing, WHAL. You know what I mean?
I figured that would have been duo.
Wailing Dead God. Because to get it to Tet, you kind of have to wail a little bit. Let's be honest.
True.
Oh shit! This boss just chunked me so hard. The dick, dude. Anyway, stunned.
Just hearing the fact that some people have already got it to Tet on day 1 or like day 2 or whatever is just insane.
You mean pen?
No. No one's gotten it to pen. No.
There's a few people that got Tet.
It says pen.
It says pen. Yeah.
Wait, does it really?
Well, it says pen on every level. It shows the pen on.
Wow.
Yeah, it shows pen on every level, but it's
Which is so stupid. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why they did it that way. It's a little weird that they just like. Is that their way of saying that they plan on changing the way their enhancements look in the future? They're just going to be like random names.
No. Imagine if your whole wheel is pen and you're super proud of it, and then suddenly this new armor comes out and it's always duo, and you can't fix it. It was a cosmetic fix.
So you're basically saying it's an aesthetic look feeling. You don't feel as bad
when
if
it first
has a name that's different.
When it first came out, it did show base, Pry, Duo, and Try.
Yeah,
and then they changed it. Yeah. Based on the feedback.
I don't understand why all of a sudden we're trying to not incentivize people to continue enhancing their gear. That's just kind of weird to me.
Oh, correction. Uzi did not go for Try. He only stopped at Duo. Wait, what? I thought you went for a try attempt. Never mind.
Duo is equivalent to, what is it, the Tree C20.
C20, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah, Duo is the only reasonable one. Well, I mean, I guess Pry, but I feel like, why would you stop at Pry?
Yeah. Dude, I'm hoping the history alert thing happens. Oh wait, no, that's Global Labs only, right?
Yeah, it's Global
Labs.
That's
not in yet.
Damn.
I mean, I'm here right now. That's the only reason why I was like hoping.
Oh, you gave up on the Centaurs for the precision?
Yeah, I gave up on the Centaurs. I'm like, well, if I'm gonna be fucking grinding forever to get this damn precision gem, I might as well get some money out of it.
Yeah.
And I'll probably get nothing here.
Dude, that sucks.
Stuck here forever back in Histria.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. Oh my god. All right. So the grind spots. Rez, are you at the 250 spot right now? Have you tried it yet?
I am grinding it currently.
All right. How long have you been there so far?
How long does this buff last? Hold on. 120 minutes. About 15 minutes.
Okay. What are your thoughts so far? Your initial impressions?
I was being griefed by some wizard for a while, though, so I don't know.
That spot is definitely attracting some good-for-nothing sons of bitches.
Yeah, thanks, Snake.
Jeez.
I don't know.
They're on the hate.
It's fine. It seems comparable to Histria to me. I mean, the trash is 15k, so pretty decent trash. How much is this not crystal, fuck, the ring selling for? Isn't this where you get the creepy ring on the back?
Yeah, they're selling for like 180 or something right now.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Interesting.
Yeah. And then the crystal is there too. I don't know if people are selling the crystal yet.
They are. There was a couple sold whenever I was looking. There's like 16 sold or something like that. They're selling for like 60 mil, I think. 60, 70 mil.
Yeah.
Of course, that'll go up whenever people sell more of it, I'm sure, but...
Yeah, it's expensive. It's not really worth selling, so it's probably going to take a minute. I'm pretty sure it costs, based on the crystal prices currently, because you need a precision to make it, and you need magical shards to make it. It costs like 90 mil to make it. So it's not really worth selling for what it's worth right now.
Can you just get it raw drop, though?
No. I mean, you
Really?
only get the piece. It's kind of like Elcar crystals.
Interesting. How the fuck are people selling it, then?
Have people sold it?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. There's been like 16 orders sold already.
Jesus.
Look on the market.
Okay, I'm fighting this boss, dude. He's gonna kill me. So that I assume you haven't run into the mechanic yet, since you've only been there for 15 minutes. But the one thing I like about that spot is it has a mechanic where this black hole appears, and it's just like random. You'll get a message on your screen, and you'll see the black hole be somewhere kind of nearby. It's a kind of like a poacher, I guess. But the black hole appears, and mobs just literally start spawning like crazy for a full minute and getting sucked into the black hole. So you literally kill them on that spot. So your like trash per hour just gets like boosted like immensely during that, because you kill so many mobs. And then at the very end of it, when the event ends, you fight a Dark Knight boss that gives you like Kaffir stones and armor and weapon stones, and has I think a higher chance to drop the ring and the crystal. But it's pretty cool. It actually like boosts your silver, like hours where I get that. It's like literally like boosts your trash per hour by like 300 or something.
Wow.
Kind of crazy, because you get so much trash, like 200.
I mean, how often is this spawning? Like every 20 minutes or something?
No, I feel like it's pretty rare. My first 2 hours I didn't get it at all, and then the next 2 hours I got one in each of them.
Okay.
So
it's not bad.
Yeah, it's a cool event though. I like it. It's fun. It's like a nice like little change from you know running around and killing the packs.
Grind.
Yeah, it's different enough.
Someone in chat said they got 6 events in 1 hour.
Yeah, someone saying they got 5 in an hour. That's crazy, because that's just so much money. Because the thing is the Kaffir's drop right there, like the dust and the Kaffir stones are like fairly low, but the event boosts it a lot, because the boss can give you like 3 or 4 Kaffirs just for killing it. So if you get 3 of those events in an hour, like you're getting an additional like 10 or 12 Kaffir stones plus all that extra trash loot. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
I actually like grinding it. Reds, are you finding you're getting stunned a lot or not really?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, you gotta like move around to the back of the mobs, or you get stunned a lot, and then try to SA as much as you can.
It feels like every goddamn mob stuns you.
Yeah,
like,
every single one. They all can. It's annoying.
It's insane.
So it's like if you get
stunned though, no other.
Like
CC
I'm pretty low DP, but not enough to worry if one mob stuns me. But I do start to sweat a little bit whenever I get stunned, and as soon as I come out of it, I get stunned again. I'm like, oh no, please no.
Yeah, when they decide to full combo you, it's not cool. I don't know. I have a problem. I don't mind that spot being CCs on every mob is fine, but I really don't like the stun, because stuns are so long. So it's like not, I don't know, it's like not fun. Not saying I don't like the stuns because it's dangerous, because I don't know, most people can grind there just fine. The mobs don't hit that hard in that spot. But
no, it's not too bad.
But it's really like tilting to just sit there and watch your character holding her head for fucking, or his head, depending on if you're a Zerker or not, you know.
Like I said, I only have 294 DP right now, so I'm like, you know,
oh my god,
blast cannon to the max, and even I don't really have to worry about too much there. I mean, granted, I'm chugging HP potions, right? But I'm not like dying or anything, so
yeah. I've not died
I
yet
think
at
maybe
Tauros.
maybe you would be more concerned if you can't move around like an archer can, because like I'm bouncing all over the place left and right, you know. But
Dude, someone's asking if you've ever had more than 300 DP.
yeah, I got up to when I was on Zerker and I was actually building for DP because you kind of have to. I got up to 320 something, like 324 at one point,
Damn.
which I know isn't really like a lot, especially since I was sacrificing AP to get it. But yeah, to answer that question, yes, I have.
It's a lot to go from 324 to 296, though.
294.
294. Sorry, I didn't mean to overboost.
I don't have Beg's gloves. They're currently in storage. They're being a bitch.
See.
I'm about to just buy me a new set and sell these because they're just being annoying.
Someone's saying they're 335 and they sometimes kill you. Well, really? I feel like
You must be
335
getting
DP you should not be
stunned a
getting
lot.
killed there.
You're not supposed to phase tank them, you know?
No, you really kind of can. Like, I feel like they hit like maybe like Hystria mobs.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're very similar to Hystria, honestly, but a lot less like pulling and waiting. It feels like.
No, not the cows, not the cows. We're talking about the 250 grind spot. 250.
The
grind
Dark
spot.
Knights.
Yeah, the Dark Knights. The Ahibs. Right? Is that what it is? Am I saying that right? Pretty sure it's Ahibs. Breslar's there. He could tell us. How do you pronounce the name of those characters, Bres?
I don't know, dude.
I mean, what is it spelled? Is it? It's AHIB, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nayashe thought I was saying something offensive. That makes Nayashe offensive, if you think about it.
No, I said the what? I didn't hear it very clearly and it sounded weird.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
Frosty,
the spot's pretty cool. So here,
since when?
Here are my numbers there so far. Now, I haven't watched any like legit like video on how to properly grind the spot, so I've just improvised. My best hour in trash there is 5,500. I know you can get way more. That was just me. Like I don't know what I'm doing there exactly. 5,500 trash. Someone was telling me you can get up like close to 7K, if not 7K there. So if you can get 7K trash there on a blue loot scroll, it's a lot of money. Because it's just like, what, 15K per trash. At 7K is kind of a shitload of money. What would that be? What's 7 times 15? Someone help me do quick math. Actually, you work in the medical field.
Wait, what?
What's 7 times 15?
7 times 15?
Mm-hmm.
105?
There you go. 105 mil in trash if you get 7K. Oh, with the blue loot scroll. And then I think I've done 5 loot scrolls there total, maybe 4.5. I think I did 4-hour loot scrolls and then a 30-minute loot scroll there, and I've gotten 3 ominous rings and 1 crystal so far. I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
You got 3 what?
3 ominous rings. That's what the ring is called. Creepy rings.
Creepy ring on the back.
You're talking about the creepy ring on the back, dude?
Yeah, they named it ominous ring, which I don't really like that name because the name itself is fine, but it's kind of annoying to say.
Listen, I don't care what they call it in the game. That's forever going to be the creepy ring on the back to me.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, it's a cool spot. I think people should be grinding there. It's good money. Good raw silver, decent Caphras, and yeah. Wait, where'd this boss spawn, dude?
Now, I'm curious, Frosty. Have you been to the big boy spot and smacked him yet?
The golems?
No, bigger.
That's the biggest one, I think.
No, the new Ash Forest mobs.
Oh.
Oh, you mean the gargoyles?
Yeah.
No. I refuse to go there. It looks like death.
I'm curious to see how much damage you would do to them.
I mean, I probably wouldn't do that much.
Probably little to none.
Do people in KR even grind that?
Some probably.
No. I mean, I've seen some videos of them like trying to grind it just to like as like a like let's see how if I can get through a few packs.
Kind of like a content thing.
Yeah.
Not really to actually do it for the purpose of actually grinding there.
It's just weird to me that we already had Ash Forest and then they added another level. Because like when Ash Forest came out and nobody could grind it, people were like, well, it's the new Histria. It's where, you know, only a select people are going to be able to grind for a really, really long time until everybody gets enough gear to go there. But then they added another spot higher than it. It's just weird to me.
Well, I think isn't the gargoyle spot a 5-man, or am I misremembering that? Does it
I don't think so. Is it? Let's see.
Know. Does it
I
say
thought it
party
was
loot
solo.
or anything?
Maybe it's 5-man.
Maybe it is solo. I don't know.
No, it's just recommended AP 310.
Oh, okay.
It's insane.
And for the record, the Golems is recommended AP 300, parentheses, party of 3 recommended.
Right. See, the thing is with Ash Force is that I do feel like with the items we got, like if you get, like, I don't know, where everyone at the high end's gear is sitting, like Dead God plus like the new crystals and stuff that give you monster AP and all that, kind of makes that spot actually like somewhat viable. But the gargoyle is kind of like the new aspirational place that's like basically impossible.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if Ash Force is actually good, though. I'm pretty sure it's really bad money.
But
I think the only reason
main
you would
thing
go
is
there
it's
is
the
for
only place for the Debbie Nick. So.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Debaraka.
See, that necklace name I think is cool as fuck. Deborah. I say Deboraka.
When are you gonna start saving up for a pin Debaraka, dude?
Never. Never, ever, ever. All right, the Toro spot. Have any of you guys been here? You guys, neither of you have. Rezar, Rezar, have you even looked at it? Have you hit
Yeah, I
them
told
up?
you. I killed some mobs on my own just to see how tanky they were. I thought they would be a lot tankier.
I mean, like how tanky? Give me like a reference, because they seem pretty tanky to me.
They are pretty tanky. I was just thinking. I was like, I feel like if I had another person here with like probably more gear than me, because I'm not even like I don't think I even have the AP to really grind there. I mean, maybe like minimum, but I feel like you would just absolutely shred through these things. And I thought it was going to be harder, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean you can. I was watching that guy Chorog, who normally plays Tamer, but he has a witch. And he was running around with a striker, a suck striker, and they were killing it so fast that like his teleport cooldown wasn't even off, like up yet. I don't know. It's kind of insane. But for me, I mean, I have to like go through a skill rotation, like kind of similar to a Stars End pack, but like as long as I have someone else with me. Problem is the CCs. I get CC'd a lot. A lot here. Like kind of a tilting amount.
What I'm hearing
makes me hate Kuno grinding.
Oh, dude, you're gonna see Frosty back on Sork in a couple days.
Well,
a couple buddies of mine, so they grinded for like 10 hours or more, and they only seen one belt, and they're like, "Fuck that."
all right, so that's the thing. The belt is actually incredibly rare. Like, I mean, some people have been RNG carried, I guess, but for me, the belt has been extremely rare. Fuck. There's no place to put it.
I think the general public is dealing with that.
So, for context, you get about... let me find... Hold on, I'm trying to find a goddamn spot to place my tent. There we go. There we go. All right. All right, we good. You probably get between 2 and 3 of the embers per hour that you need for Dead God armor. I have 43 embers so far, and I've only gotten 1 belt. So if you break down, you get about 2 to 2.5 embers per hour, actually. I think 2.5 is like probably close to accurate. I've done what, like 13 loot scrolls or so, and I've only gotten 1 belt. And of the people I've been with, I've only seen 1 person that I've grinded with get a belt as well.
Damn.
They seem super, super, super rare.
Yeah, but even with that, it forces people to grind there because they need it for their dead god armor.
Yeah. The embers are quite common though. Like I feel like the embers, it's like a 50-50 chance you get one from the bosses. I don't know. I'm just giving a rough estimate of what I've experienced. Feels 50-50. If you have a tent buff and like that crazy old moon book, then you're gonna most likely get one from every boss, or at least close to every boss. It's more like 80 or 90%. But with just a tent buff and a loot scroll, it's probably, I don't know, like 65 or 70%, somewhere around there, it feels like. And then the mobs seem to drop them. It's like rare drop, but not like that rare. I don't know what to compare it to, because it's like, it feels less rare than an accessory from grind spots, but more rare. It's like getting a black or a red shard. That's kind of how I'd look at it from the mobs itself, and then from the bosses, kind of a higher chance. But the boss mechanic's cool. So you're grinding. There's a rare drop. There's like an actual drop that will spawn. So if you have party loot like on in your chat log, you can see when someone gets the boss drop, and if you're within a certain range, it'll spawn the boss, and then you guys go fight 3 elites. Kill the elites in a certain amount of time, and then the boss spawns, and you kill the boss, and he has a chance to drop all the shit. And then, yeah, that's it, dude. And then you just grind it up for the rest of your life. You know, the crazy thing to me is like I thought it was going to be insanely hard, like way harder than it is to get this. Like, I thought it was going to be like months and months before people finish their dead god armor, you know?
What are you talking about? It's months and months to get all that fucking Kafirs.
Well, I know, but like, I thought like legit once you were C10 that it was still gonna be like months to get the embers, to get 100 embers. Dude, everyone.
Yeah.
Now, because I pointed it out, I feel like everyone notices that Nayashe says Kafirs. It sounds. He's like adjusting his fucking coat sleeve as he's saying it. He's about to take you out because a mobster. He's like, hey, I'm gonna put you in my Kafirs. Kafirs. Yeah, but I don't know. The rare drop was like supposed to be super, super, super rare, and then it's really not that rare. You get it kind of quick. Like it feels.
I get what you're saying. Like since it's like the end game boss armor, like you would have expected it to be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. But I just expected it to be way harder than it is. You know?
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
I got you. I'm glad it's not, but still gonna be annoying to finish, you know?
It's gonna be annoying to finish, yeah. You're gonna have to spend a lot of hours here. And this spot's not gonna be to everyone's taste, because the CCs are really annoying. So some people are going to hate them. Like a lot. I'm fairly fed up with them, but if I've noticed, like, I get CC'd less if I'm with someone who doesn't get CC'd that much. Like, I'm grinding here with a good friend, Nippolis Cage, and he doesn't seem to be getting CC'd that much, and I feel like because of that, I'm not getting CC'd that much. Maybe he's just holding aggro. I don't know.
Nippolis Cage. That name. Yeah, I mean, I think Mayo Succession will probably be fine there. New Year's Eve spamming with Awakening would probably be cancer.
It's not protected, right?
Is he popping heals on the mobs, Frosty?
Not that I know, but let me look.
I think all the Zerker heals actually generate aggro from PvE mobs, I think.
Do they? Then maybe.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Chad also pointed this out. The Kafir drop rate is pretty good there.
Dude, the Kafirs drop rate is crazy. So you get more Kafirs here than an actual good Musa gets at Mantrams. Like, you probably get between like 20 or 30 Kafirs every hour. And like the trash is worth like a decent amount. You don't get that much really.
20 to 30 every hour is pretty fucking good.
It's pretty fucking good, right? It's like that shit adds up, dude. I just spent all of my Kaffir stones getting my dim tree to seed 10. Like I had like 1400 or whatever. I put it in, and then Garmoth spawn plus grinding this Tauros, I already am up to like 700 Kaffir stones.
Wow.
And quest rewards or whatever that we've gotten. But I have not done the Kaffir's Journal, and I have not bought Kaffir stones since that shit. So it's been kind of insane. Like I basically am getting like 100 Kaffir stones a day grinding here or more.
What do you think you pull like money wise?
All things included, the trash itself is like maybe 40 mil an hour. The aggros here feels really good because it drains really slowly, so it lasts a long time since you're not killing that many mobs. But yeah, just on a normal loot scroll, I don't know. It's whatever. The Kaffir stones alone are somewhere between 80 and 100 mil every hour. The embers don't actually, I don't know if they really how to give them a monetary value, just because I don't know what the flame is going to be worth 4 months from now when everyone
600
has
mil.
it. You think so? I feel like it's going to be
600 mil right now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually pretty good. Holy shit. That's actually insanely good. And they're not, are they sold out? Or do they sit on buy?
I don't know that. I can find out though.
See, my original thought was that like it was for sure going to be worth a lot and hard to get, but then when I see like way more people are getting the direct flame drop than I thought. So
yeah, there are some instances that people are getting RNG carried as fuck.
Yeah. So for the mechanics of the Dead God armor, to make Dead God armor, you need a flame. It's called a Flame of Despair. And it's a super rare drop. You can get it straight, but it's like really, really, really rare. Or you can make the Flame of Despair by putting together 100 of the Embers of Despair. Just so for context, if anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about. And the Tauros mobs, like any regular mob can drop the Embers. I don't know if the regular mobs can drop the Flame. I assume they can, but it's probably extremely, extremely rare. And then the bosses have a higher chance to drop the Ember. But yeah, dude, every time you kill a boss, the boss will give anywhere from 2 to 4 Kaffir stones too. Dude, the other thing that's crazy here is the armor and weapon stones are nuts. So it actually took me a while to notice this, but when you're grinding here, whenever you see the armor or weapon stone pop up in your little loot log, the mob drops like a pile of them. Not like one. You don't get one. Like whenever you get an armor or weapon stone, it's like 2 to 4. So you actually get. It's probably about, what do you get at Stars in, like 50 armor stones per hour?
Something like that, yeah. I mean, it's split between armors and weapon, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, here in a good hour, like legit, if you're grinding fairly efficiently, you probably get between 75 and 100 of each Blackstone.
That's insane.
Yeah,
of each?
Of each, like legit, you get that many. Like it adds up really, really quickly.
So, I mean, hell, that spot's like top tier grind then.
Yeah, I think it's up there.
Like the trash is trash, as the trash is garbage, as Roselar puts it. But
the trash is garbage.
But with the Kaffir drops and the Blackstones, like that's a lot of fucking money.
Are you guys taking the dailies as well, Frosty? There's some dailies that give like 5 Kaffirs as well.
Yes, so I've been taking the main 2. I know there's another one in the cave. I don't know if you have to finish a quest line to do it, but yeah. And then yeah, some people are pointing out you can actually make the Dead God piece with, there's a bunch of there's a quest where you can get a bunch of pieces. But the thing is with that quest is like, it doesn't really make sense that we have that quest in our game, because that quest also requires you have the Flame of Despair. So those pieces are like literally useless. Because I'm pretty sure you also need the Flame of Despair with those items. That like was an old quest line that they removed from KR, or maybe they just made it. Maybe it didn't get removed. Maybe it became irrelevant since you only need the Despair. So I don't know. It's kind of weird, but yeah, like Nicholas Cage here he linked one to me. He got one of the rare pieces, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's irrelevant now because you still need the Flame of Despair.
You're irrelevant now,
dude. But the Caphras add up. It's kind of cool. Here's how my feeling on the Embers. One of the reasons I really like the way the Embers work is because I've been grinding the pot piece so much, and that feeling of making zero progress like really feels shitty, right? And
not seeing that drop happen is just cancer. But at least the Embers give you something to look forward to.
Exactly. The Embers are rare enough that when you get one, you feel excited about it. But
like, hell yeah, I'm only one of 99 more to go.
Yeah, exactly. But they're not common enough that they don't matter, kind of thing, you know. But the thing is like it kind of feels like leveling up to me. It's super like you're just looking at your total Ember number constantly, similar to like looking at EXP as it goes up. Like it almost feels like getting your 100 Embers is not too dissimilar from like back in the day going from 61 to 62 with a bunch of boosts. Not back in the day where it was super hard, but like before we had 530 scrolls, even though it was still already fairly easy to get 62. It's kind of how it feels to me.
Got you.
Yeah, basically you're going to have to grind for a minimum of like 30 hours unless you're RNG carried. But I think that's not too bad to get like the best armor in the game. That's like basically a free upgrade if you already have it C10.
Yeah, that 30 hours is a small sacrifice.
Plus you make pretty good money. I don't know if I don't think it's as good as Starzen or Secrea, to be honest, like just pure money wise, but I think it's close enough. And the spot is chill enough that it's worth, yeah. I mean, it might be. Maybe you can make an argument if you're like really, really efficient here, but for me in the groups I've been in, it's Starzen is still better, and especially with like Starzen is empty.
Well,
right
I mean,
now.
as far as like progressing your gear with the amount of Caphras you get, with the market being as it is, it's probably a really good grind spot to be at.
That's
like,
the thing.
You got to look at that value as being more than what the actual physical raw silver can give you.
Unless you're in EU, then distortions
Unless you're
are
in
still
EU,
better, right?
and you're just such amazing life skillers.
Yeah. I gotta turn my air on. It's getting hot. I feel bad for Nicholas Cage. I keep like stopping.
The biggest thing is getting a partner who's willing to grind with you.
That's the thing.
Basically, get a buddy, and then one of them gets the drop, and they're done.
That's kind of how it's been.
Yeah. But
like, if you want Caphras stones, this is a really good place to like slowly get it. And all right. Here's my theory, and maybe I'm wrong, but we know Dead God Helmet is coming because I guess one of the game producers.
Yeah, you might as well
KR.
probably consider getting a second one.
Yeah, you might need a second flame to get it, Flame of Despair. So it might be worth holding on to. Plus, if they're worth 600 mil in KR, like if you think about it, every 3 weeks you just get like 600 mil for completing it, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, 600 mil is kind of easy to make up, honestly.
Hold on one second. Let me turn my air on.
Oh my god, I'm gonna assault and stuff.
The unfortunate thing is the people who sell first, right? Because the price needs to go up before a lot of people are going to be willing to sell. So it's the same thing I was talking about with the crystals before the podcast started. Like they're selling for like super cheap right now, but it won't be like that forever.
What are?
I'm talking about how the price right now isn't 600 mil, so it's like if you get it early, you're going to want to hang on to it. You gotta wait for the price to go up.
Yeah. But I think it's
not
cool.
Really worth it to sell right now.
No, but for some reason people are selling them.
Which is strange.
It really is. I mean, unless people just happen to have gotten two. I don't really know why you'd sell it right away, but people are selling it already. Anyway, it's a fun spot. Yeah, but I wanted to talk about the getting a partner thing because it's one of the things that kind of I love and hate about the spot. It's one of the reasons why, as much as like some people don't like that BDO feels super solo, I love that just at any time of the day I can hop on and grind a spot efficiently by myself. I don't have to rely on or wait for anybody. Like I'm super...
Yeah, there's something to be said for that, because like my schedule's pretty limited too, so...
Yeah, and like sometimes I only have time to do 30 minutes or whatever, and yesterday was a good example. I spent the whole day with the GF, and I literally had time to do a 30-minute loot scroll while she was taking a shower, and I was like, man, I really want embers, but I'm not gonna... How am I gonna convince someone to come do 30 minutes with me and then leave, you know? Like, I can't.
Yeah.
So it's not an option to even grind here. So on one hand, I do love... It's nice grinding with someone else. It's kind of cool. And especially because the PvP ends up being a 2v2 or GVGs break out and stuff like that. It's fun. But I definitely am not... It does suck when you want to just do a quick half hour and that's all you have time for. And you can't just... You know, so
yeah, you can't just easily put together a group like that that's going to be okay with that.
Yeah, I've actually had quite a few times where I'm like literally looking for somebody to come with me for like more than an hour, and I can't get someone to go because it's.
Dude, what about that party finder system?
Where's I probably should just use that. I just don't trust that I'm gonna waste my time.
Where is it even at in the list?
The party finder is pretty good, but it's like I'm just fearful that I'm gonna end up with somebody that has no idea what they're doing or they're dying all the time, and I just feel bad. I don't know. Yeah, so that's the thing, but it is kind of cool. Here's another thing I'm kind of curious about.
You just duel for party spot.
Well, what's the etiquette on that? If
you go up solo to another party and be like duel for party spot.
If someone comes up and says duel for spot, because I've seen that now, but then it ended up they griefed us like immediately, so we didn't get to addressing how that was going to play out. Are we 2v2ing in a duel for spot here?
That's actually interesting. I think so, yeah. I would say yes.
Or do you send your best fighter against their best fighter in a 1v1?
Yeah, and then the other person throws you out like a Pokemon. That's kind of my...
Choose you!
Because I was thinking the other day, I was like, dude, I was grinding with a ninja, and they're like, they have the exact same gear as me, basically. And I was like, dude, if someone came up and asked to duel for spot, it'd be so awful for them to have to fight a ninja and a Kuno with this much gear. And then I was like, wait, but if it's two suck wizards, like, that's actually going to suck. Because we're both going to fail our grabs and just get CC'd by random ass AoEs.
Yeah, basically. Anfield apparently got into this scenario, and they did a 2v2, apparently.
Okay. I like that idea.
I think the 2v2 is a good change of pace than the typical 1v1 duel for spot, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Or what's more likely to happen, if we're being honest here, is that it just ends up being a Miramach-esque GVG.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
What I was suggesting before is you roll up solo on a duo group, and you'd be like, yo, I'll duel one of you for a party spot. It's like take one of the guys' party spots.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. But the thing is, to be honest, I feel like, one, as people get their flames, they're going to not grind here as much. I do think there will be a lot of people still grinding here for the belt and for Kaffir stones, but...
Wait, is that Vel?
Vel's up in 29 minutes,
yeah.
That was the warning. But the thing is like... There's so many... There's actually a lot of rotations. And like, I know there's some people that are like, every time someone mentions the rotation they're grinding, like, oh, I have the best rotation. This is the most efficient place. And I'm just like, dude, I don't know. Like, I've been taken by like 6 people on every rotation. They're all like basically the same. I don't know. As long as you always have a pack of 3, 4, or 5 to kill, it's fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's whatever. I feel bad for Nibless Gauge because I don't know how to pull these. Dude, the pulling is a pain in the ass. Like, legit, if you're bad at pulling or your partner are bad at pulling, like, just do packs of 3. Because these mobs, there's 2 of them that will stop and do a ranged attack with such a long animation that it wastes so much time if they do it when they're out of range of you being able to do damage. Just a massive waste of time.
I gave up on the precision grind. I'm buying an L car and just putting a pre-order on it. It's gonna take forever to get it.
That's why you pull average, actually, because you don't care enough. I mean, here's the thing, dude. I've gotten to the point where, like, I've seen the difference in, like, the people that pull really, really efficiently here, and it's not enough for me to try that hard. I'd rather just kind of chill and kill, like, a pack at a time with my teammate. Now, some pulls are really obvious. Like, some pulls are like the other two mobs are right next to the three, so you just put them together. Like, in all those, you really want... If you think about how few mobs there are, every time you pull one mob to a group of three, so you have four, that's literally like a 25% more trash. Or rather, 33% more trash, but it accounts for 25% of the total trash in that pack. And that adds up like every rotation, you know? But if you're spending 15 seconds on a pull, because you and your teammate, and then something leashes, it shit's fucking up your trash. Really bad. I don't know. But I've been getting on just fine. And it seems like even compared to the people that are really efficient, my Ember numbers are keeping up with how much time I've put in, so it's fine. I can live with it. I don't mind being perfectly efficient here.
You'll get it eventually.
I'll get it one day, you know? One day it'll all just click. Yeah, you gotta do... I have my my boomer grind squad, you know? I have a couple people, my friend Nola and Carbon, that are like, fuck pulling. Like, let's just go packs of 3, I don't care if it's less efficient. And I'm like, yeah, I want to grind with them. Anyway, yeah, so Toro spot, pretty good. Golem spot. Rosa, have you tried it?
Scary. I have not. I didn't even bother.
I went and killed regular mobs, not the elite. And the regular mobs are fine. They were hitting me for 30% of my health, but they're really, really slow. And you can avoid them. The big mob hits harder, and he's also really, really slow, and he has a ring circle attack that will, I'm pretty sure, one-shots, or just does enough damage that it absolutely will one-shot. So, my friend Amortat is a Guardian. DR Guardian, I think he's like 350 something DP. Like, he tried to block it, and he died. From full, so you know, watch out for those red circles. Did you guys put the inverted heart in your dandies?
Gotta have a Garmoth.
Well, do you have a Garmoth in your offhand?
No, I took that out and sold that way back to get more gains originally when it was at 9 bill.
Oh,
what the fuck?
God, yeah, she did.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Why? Because it got me more gains for the immediate need.
Fuck.
We had no idea when Odyllita was coming out.
No one expects Ashy to make good decisions. He is a Maywa after all. He basically got hard countered at the character select.
The decision was fine. There's no reason why I needed to... I had no DP. I needed to get DP. There was nothing wrong with the decision.
Sure, man.
Hey, get the 300 DP and let me know when you're ready.
Alright,
yeah, man.
Finn 007 has a weird
Don't even... Rezzler has no room to talk about gearing.
What? Are you getting upset? I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, man, makes sense. Makes total sense.
I'm not upset about it.
I get into that a lot, dude, where people like Bear always asks, like he'll be like, dude, why are you going for this if you want this, and why are you doing this? And then like eventually you just get to a point where like, you know what, I'm fed up with someone 70 less gear score than me giving me gearing advice. You know, why don't you just focus on your shit?
To me, it's just like it's such like a rare drop, right? I don't know.
Yeah, but
it's like if someone sold a Vel's heart, like not an extra one, just the one that they were using. It's like
you gotta look at it at a point of view from someone that doesn't really like grinding lots of hours.
All right, let me ask you this,
like,
Nashi.
When I look at purchasing something
that point of view, Nashi, that point of view would be mine, and it's still a bad decision.
I mean, from the viewpoint of like purchasing something that's 20 bill versus 9 bill, what's more realistic for me to want to spend the time to get get motivation to actually sit there and get to 9 bills far more likely than sit there and try to get the 20 bill when I could just sell the Garmoth, get about 8 bill out of the deal, and then be halfway there to the 20 bill item.
When you say it just about 8 bill, how much did you sell your Garmoth heart for? Be honest. What'd you list it for?
9.
Huh?
9. I sold 2 Garmoth hearts.
All right, I was scared. I was scared you were gonna say you sold one of them for 5 or something like before the prices went up.
I'm not fucking retarded. Like,
whoa!
Come on.
I disavow everything Nayashe just said.
No, I didn't call anyone that. I said I'm not. So therefore, it's fine.
Use the R word, man.
I disavow Nayashi's defense of the word I disavowed Nayashi saying.
No, I ended up getting a Garmoth heart drop back when they had the duo or the double drop event.
Right. I remember.
And then so I ripped out my offhand one and I sold both of them so that I could get the leaves back in the day.
See, he was so desperate for money, Rez, he didn't even extract it. He ripped that shit out, dude. So his offhand is still trying to recover from that horrible experience. Dude, I mean, I don't know. I do think if you have a Garmoth's heart, you're better off putting it in your dandy than you are your offhand.
Oh, absolutely.
If you only have one, for sure. Because 3% crit damage is kind of nice and permanent. And then 2 extra crystal slots lets you manipulate your crystals in a bunch of new ways. So
yeah. And back when I did this, it was like March. So I got the Liebers, I got the Red Nose, I got the Disto. I swapped out my main hand from the Tet Zarka to the Tet Blackstar. Like, I've seen a lot of gains since then, so it was totally worth it doing it. And then it, 6 months or so later is finally when Odyllita comes out.
For sure.
There was nothing wrong with the decision.
I mean, it was a bad decision. Just kidding. I would have kept one heart. I would have kept one heart, but again, I am more of the point of view. Like, I don't mind grinding for a while, so we're different in that regard. So I understand your reasoning.
Grinding long hours.
If it was a friend of mine, I would recommend just being patient and saving it. But at the same time, I understand why you did it. It's fine.
Yeah. If I don't see progression,
I had to do the same thing. Actually,
I get so demotivated. Just lack of motivation to grind and do anything in this game. So I got to see some sort of progression more quickly.
Right.
Grinding the 9 bill is more realistic for me than trying to grind a 20 bill.
I had to do the same thing though. I was at what was that? I was at like 69 bill when I was saving up for my Pen Ogre, and there was like 3 or 4 orders up. And then
see, that would be
over the course of like 3 or 4 days,
impossible for me to fathom doing.
Yeah, over the course of like 3 or 4 days, those orders all went down, and there was one sitting on buy, and I was like, I gotta buy this right now. I had to sell like 400 Kaffir stones. I sold my Tet neck and my Garmoth's heart to buy it.
Oh, whoops!
But that was worth, because that was a Tet Ogre. You know, I didn't sell my Garmoth's heart just to sit on silver.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No, that was actually not worth, because I sold it for like 6 bill and I ended up having to buy one recently for 8 bill. So that sucked.
Yep.
Hey man, at least you didn't buy a Dawn earring for like 14 billion silver and then the new region gets announced 2 days later, so it drops fucking 6 billion.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Pretty much. What's it at right now?
It's like 9 bill, I think, for Tet.
Like 9 bill right now? I bought it for, I think, like 14.
Yeah.
Yikes, man.
Yeah, big sad, dude. Big sad. That was really rough timing on that announcement. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Holy shit. Well, it's because they're obviously far worse.
Oh yeah, in terms of like AP to accuracy efficiency, you want to go the Turos belt, right? So the second that Odyllita got announced, people were like, well, fuck these things. We're going to go for the belt, you know? Yeah. So the price dipped a lot. And alternatively, the price of distos, I think, has gone up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
They're like 320 to 340 right now. It's insane. for a base.
My theory is this. I really think, because right now the ominous ring price isn't that high, but I think in a month or two, when it starts to dawn on people that they're probably never going to be able to just buy a Tetoro spell, at least not for a long time, that they're just going to say fuck it and get an ominous ring, and then the prices of the ominous rings are going to go up.
Yeah, I concur with that. Like, the ominous ring is actually going to be a realistic, obtainable Tet option more quickly, like within a month or two. There'll be Tets showing up on the marketplace. So yeah, that'll be the ring that'll be the accessory that's used at first. I'm totally on board with that kind of thought, because the drop rate on that belt is just awful.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fucking awful.
Dude, I think that the ring is pretty good though. I mean,
yeah.
If you at Penn, it's insane. Obviously, like, Penn's gonna be really hard to get, but dude, at Penn, it's actually kind of insane because I don't know. It's fucking 18 AP. A lot more. I don't know. At Penn, it's really.
There is a Tet listed. There's a Tet listed right now for 14.6.
Already there.
Ominous.
Yeah. 14.6.
Oh.
That's
15
crazy.
AP, 15 AP, 24 accuracy.
Yeah. I mean, I may end up having to
much
do it
sooner
too.
than I originally said.
I want a Tauros belt, but I have a feeling it's gonna be really hard to get. I really don't want to pay 25
well, I mean, you don't have Payne Crescents yet, right?
No.
So I mean, it's a fine option until Toro becomes available, and it's probably worth it to have a ring as a swap-in option later, anyways. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
or were you never really considering that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the swap, dude. I'm just gonna get my gear and leave it as is. I'm just gonna get.
Well, just buy the ring and then sell it when a Toro belt's available. I mean,
is
you'll lose a
Ominous
few
Ring? Is Ominous Ring better than Dawn though? I guess just because Disto is what you're competing with for Dawn.
You're not losing as much AP.
That's the problem.
Why it's better.
Yeah, that's
Disto's
really what it is.
throwing the whole situation for a loop because it's like so much AP, and Disto gives more accuracy than a Tungrat or a Narc earring, too. That's the thing that's like makes it even more of a like fuck. You might as well just get the Distos because they also give you more accuracy.
Yep.
Yeah, if Distos didn't exist as they do, it would be the Dawn earring would be a lot more valuable, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Are there a bunch of Tauros? Oh, someone said there's 84 Tauros listed on the market. Tauros?
Let's see.
I keep saying Tauros, but I guess it is Tauros.
Belts.
There is a lot of belts in the
Toro.
market. I just don't. I don't think Tets are going to become available on the marketplace.
There's 88 on the market right now, ranging from 312 to 336.
Yeah, they're Disto prices right now.
Dude, Disto's up to like 330 or something now too.
Yeah, man, I made 300 mil in 15 minutes.
Well, must be nice, dude. Must be nice. I need one more of the... So, what I was going to ask you guys... I know, Nayashi, you're still kind of working on it. You don't have the Garmoth art yet, but let's just say you did. What's your crystal setup going to be? And Rosler, what are you... You said you're doing human damage. Where are you putting the human damage? Like, how are you setting up your crystals?
I don't know. I'm debating exactly how I want to do it, but I just want to incorporate some RBF crystals into my build somewhere. Especially since I took the Garmoth out of my offhand, right? Mm-hmm. So in my head, I'm kind of like, I don't really... Like, the chest crystals are fine, even without the Garmoth. But, like, A, I'm doing glass cannon for my archer anyway. And then B, I lost the 10% from the fiery offhand. So, like, do I really need the 20% special attack evasion in the chest? So basically, by swapping the Garmoth to my offhand, if I took the special evasions out of my chest, it would give me 4 crystal slots. Mm-hmm. So that means that I can move some gems into some certain places, like Hooms, and keep my 4 Hooms, but then also get some pretty decent human damage. was thinking, like, I think it's... Fuck, what is it? I think it's the boots RBF crystals give 7, and then I think
Yes.
there's some other RBF crystal that gives 7 as well. I think there's 2, 7... Is there not?
It's just the history is you got 5 for each in the helmet, 5 for each in the chest, and 10 in the gloves. But that's the Vipers.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. But we can't do the gloves.
I've done
Vipers.
I've done a complete full build of human damage before.
Yeah. The big thing is I don't want to sacrifice accuracy for human damage, so I can't move the Vipers, and all I can do is move around the Hooms, right? So probably gonna end up doing the boots. You said Hysteria were the ones that give 7?
Yeah.
So probably Hysteria in the boots, and then I don't know. I'll have to look at what the other stats, the other crystals give, if they all give 5, and just kind of figure out what works best for me.
The Hystrias don't give stamina though, so be mindful of that.
I don't really. Stamina isn't really that huge of an issue on Archer. If I run out of stamina trying to kite someone, then they probably deserve to kill me, because either I'm misplaying or I'm just severely outgeared.
It's funny when someone in chat, their name is More Accuracy, and they're asking if human damage is worth it. Yeah, human damage is good for sure, but it depends on who you're fighting, because if you're fighting someone that has evasion, well, obviously that's going to be a problem unless you have...
Well, everything in moderation, right? The important thing about what I'm doing is I'm not losing accuracy to gain human damage.
Yeah,
like, just straight up, I'm not.
You're sacrificing survivability in some cases.
Yeah, I'm losing 20% special attack evasion, which is important, but I'm glass cannon anyway. Like, I already fucking explode when someone looks in my direction.
It's not going to save you, basically.
Yeah, it's not going to save me. Exactly. So it's kind of like whatever. Plus, I was planning on moving, even if I did care about that survivability, I still would have moved my Garmoth into my Awakening anyway, just for that crit damage, because I think that crit damage is kind of fucking huge.
Oh, yeah.
I think people are undervaluing that crit damage.
It helps everything, like PvE, PvP. Like, there's no reason not to do it, even just for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking about, like, especially like with Archer E-buff, I believe we get 100% crit rate whenever we E-buff on all of our attacks. So, I mean, having 3% bonus on everything, literally every single thing we do is kind of big.
Yeah.
I think it's 100%, is it? Yeah, critical hit rate plus 100% for 30 seconds.
10 minutes till Vel, by the way.
But anyway, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my thing, or my setup that I'm planning, I want to test a few builds, honestly. There's one build where basically I move the homes out of my boots and put them into the dandy, and then I either put RBF gems in my boots and test that out, because there's a lot of bounds and knockdowns being thrown around, and I don't really do large scale right now because I'm not geared enough for it as it is, but I just don't really have the time for it in the evenings lately. And so when I'm dueling for spot or, you know, open world combat and whatnot, being able to, like, maybe help out resisting some of those bounds and knockdowns would be pretty nice, especially like classes like Suck Wiz, it's bound on Voltaic, right? So like when they teleport in and Voltaic you, if you're not paying attention, you know, resisting it could save you. As an example. So there's a lot of fights out there where bounds and knockdowns are like pretty common to run into. Like Archer, they do knockdowns with their basically their fucking auto attack. Ranger does some knockdowns with their ranged attacks. Warrior has bound on ground smash, and they're probably going to get bound on Gravedigger as well with the bond skill. There's a lot of different skills. Grim Reapers being as fast as it is, that's a knockdown. A lot of skills where that can actually help in those particular fights. So that's an experiment that I might try. And then the other setup would be probably just going 4 set homes. So I'll probably leave the homes in my boots where they are, and then add 2 homes in the dandy, and just do that for more survivability and also the accuracy that it would provide. And the additional stats, the damage reduction, resistance, etc. And I don't think I'm really planning to do any sort of offensive build, although there are some options. I'm looking more at the survivability these days.
Yeah.
The more time I buy myself, is the more chances I have at potentially CCing my opponent. And if I just get like one tapped by a Suck Whiz, then there's not really a fight to be had. So
I have right now I'm using just the basic setup that I think everyone was probably gonna do once they got their shit. So I have the 2 special attack evasion crystals in my chest and 2 hooms in my dandy. I run an evasion build, so I'm forced to use Harfuse in my helmet. So the other 2 hooms are in my boots. But there's part of me that I'm kind of, I don't know. I think because I play Kuno and I feel like my time to kill is more important. So I really ideally would like to just get those new crystals from golems in my weapons. So 10 human damage, 6 accuracy, but I don't know if that's ever going to be realistic because that place is so difficult. So I'm probably just going to run the monster AP crystals, honestly. Because you still get the 6 accuracy and you get 10 monster AP, and I don't know. I feel like it's kind of good.
Pretty good. Yeah, no, that's pretty good. I actually might pick those up in the interim, because I'm focusing on grinding a lot more these days, so to get gains. So I probably will consider those as an option, at least initially. Later, replace them for the actual build I want to do. So yeah, I think that's viable. I'm in the same sentiment as you with that, with the whole, time to kill is more important typically, but I don't know. Would I sacrifice 2 homes for a little bit more AP and a little bit of accuracy? I mean, I guess, like, the problem is I don't have enough slots, for the 2 homes. I'd have to take out the special evasion, which would be, like, I think inherently worse. It'd be better offensively because of the accuracy I'd gain, but I think defensively it would be worse overall, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. So, I mean, if I did decide to do a full offensive build, I would have to be DR. Like, I would have to, sell my Leaves, go to Bags, go Urgans, and get 4 set homes.
Fell in 5 minutes, by the way.
Yeah. And then Viper, basically go full accuracy, but in the gear and the gems, but when it comes to the actual accessories, it would be full AP kind of thing. And that's probably how I would do it. The dandy slot would probably be the ones you mentioned, or I might still have to put the 2 set homes in there to maintain 4 set homes. I don't know. What do people do with DR builds for the helmet slot?
I mean, it depends. There's a lot more people these days that are doing resist builds. So
yeah, but resistance on helmet is float knockback, right?
Yeah, but you could put the hooms in there, right? And then you can do the knockdown crystals on your boots. And then you can do in your chest the stun stiff freeze with HP.
The giant gems.
The fancy ones, yeah. Whatever they're called.
Yeah, and they do get, I have them actually sitting in my inventory right now.
There's what are the fang ones?
It's stun stiff and freeze. OP.
The fang ones aren't too bad either, because there's the armor one. It's it's damage reduction +7 and all resist +2%, and you can wear 2 of them. So 14 DR and 4% all resist. That's an option.
That's pretty good. I'm still a squishy class though, from my point of view. I don't think that would really save me. just gonna blow the fuck up. I don't know.
Dude.
Yeah.
Can our
it's
ceremonial
hard to decide.
our ceremonial opening of the bundles give someone a heart today, please? Even if it's Nayashe, and I know Nayashe doesn't even have a Vel's heart on his May one, he would just sell it. I still would be happy.
I
if he
have
got
a
it.
Vel's heart, and I would not sell it.
But you should sell it for those gains, dude. You know what I mean?
Or I mean, I would sell the extra. I wouldn't sell my main one. Is what I was.
You would sell both of them.
You should
I'm
sell
not
them
gonna
both,
sell both of
dude.
them.
You should sell them both. There's free money, dude. Free caffers. Free
Free
caffers.
gaffas. Free gaffas, man.
Oh, dude.
Shaky was telling me earlier that he sold his armor to go 297 AP to just grind for the next 2 months to get his armor back. So he got that big dick AP now. I don't know about doing that, but
When's Vel spawn? 2 minutes?
yeah, 2 minutes.
Alright. So what, we were gonna do something about Global Labs, you said, Frosty? I
Yeah.
don't even know what happened on Global Labs.
Well, overall,
But-
let's give just overall. You guys like Odyllita? Is it as good as you thought? Worse than you thought? Are you over it and just playing Genshin Impact full time anyway? What's going on?
That's about what I thought it would be.
Yeah, pretty much.
New area, a little bit of extra content as far as grind zones and gear is concerned, but as far as lore, like whatever. As far as like how much I'd actually invest in the area, probably not much beyond getting the dead god armor.
There's a bunch of
It
new.
looks,
There's a
it looks
bunch.
pretty dope. That's all I know.
There's a bunch
Yeah,
of new
aesthetically it looks decent.
hunting. You know.
Oh, I heard about that. I don't know anything about it though, but I just heard that there was new hunting.
Some
Yeah,
light skill stuff.
Narcion or whatever.
We got the Blackstar helmet. Rez, you gonna get a Tet Blackstar helmet? Dude, Rez, you actually... It wouldn't be that bad for you to get a Tet Blackstar armor and Tet Blackstar helmet, to be honest.
I don't want that stuff, though.
I only think that you don't, but deep down you really do. More than anything.
Explain why I would want that. Explain to me.
Because you have 296 DP.
Wrong. I'm at 299 now. I bought Tet Beg's gloves.
Hey!
Wow.
Fat ass gains during the show! Hell yeah.
I got annoyed that my shit wasn't gonna enhance, and I just bought new ones.
Dude, that's pretty cool. All right. I'm liking the spot. I have to actually. I should set up my AFK fisher and no Draxia, dude. I like fishing in all the new spots. You know. I don't know how good the fish are there, but there are a bunch of new fish. So it's time. I still have so many question marks on my map.
I'm annoyed that there's NPCs that you can't interact with that aren't actually there. Can we talk about that before we move on? Why is there NPCs on the map that aren't actually there? Explain. Explain yourselves, Kakao.
They're probably... I don't know. What's happening? How do I get the Tauros nodes? How do I connect the Tauros nodes? I think I'm missing a node somewhere up here.
Probably. I went on Something Lovely and they had all the nodes and node managers and shit.
Hmm. Wish I could ban/mute all pings. I don't know why someone keeps pinging my platoon. Yeah, I don't know how. Someone said you can connect an old wisdom tree to the Turo spot like relatively easily, but it doesn't. I don't see really a way.
Why would you do that though?
To level up the node to 10.
But you couldn't. Would it not be faster to just go from Adraxia?
No, Draxia is really far from it.
Is it?
Yeah, if you look on the map, like Tunkuda and
Oh, I guess you're right. It is closer to Wisdom, isn't it?
Talabars are both. Yeah.
So let's see. So let me invest here. So Shady's Forest, Saloon's Border, Thornwood Forest.
Oh, I need
Tincada.
I needed Shady Forest. That's why. Okay.
Wait, you mean Thornwood Forest? Or what? Oh, you're talking about Shady Tree Forest by Wisdom. Yeah, you need that one.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So
Done and done.
Frosty, let me ask you. You
Mhm.
think
So that's 3.
you think that's a good decision to do? Just like drop all your DP and go full in on the EP.
7.
No. Wait, drop all your
So it's
DP?
8. So it's 8 contribution to go from Old Wisdom Tree to Tincada.
What about to Talbar's rope? Because some of the rotations also touch that one. I think it's another 2.
Oh, fuck, I didn't go that far. I don't know.
It's like 1 below it.
And I just died. God damn it.
Yeah, same.
You check. You just invested, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it was 2. I think it cost me 2.
2, so 10.
It's not bad. Oh, and then I need the node for the... I have a fucking fence. I have a fence in my Heidel storage. That I have to go turn in for contribution points, because I don't have the Mass Pure Magic node in the Odyllita one. You know, it's always so weird to me that the regions, like Calpheon was called Calpheon, Velia is Velia, Heidel is Heidel, but like, and Valencia is Valencia, but Odyllita and Kama and Drigan, the main city, is called Duvenkroon, Grana, and Odraxia.
Wait. Stop. Say what you just said again and think about it real hard.
Well, Valencia City, the major city, is in the Valencia region, is called Valencia, right?
Yes.
Okay. In Odyllita, the major city is called Odraxia. I just think...
Now go through the other examples you gave.
Okay, in Camus Sylvia, it's Grana.
Yeah,
In Calpheon, it's Calpheon.
It's Calpheon City,
in
yes.
Drigan, it's Duvenkroon.
Yes.
Okay, and then the other ones, I don't know. The other ones were like kind of sub, so they're a little bit weirder. I don't know. Velia is Velia.
No, wrong.
Oh, Balanos. Balanos is
Balanos.
Yeah, true. Balanos is Velia. But it's like, why, dude? Just make it easy, dude. Adraxia is so dumb. Why do I have to...
And then Heidel is what?
Well, Medaya is Medaya, right, bitch?
No.
Whatever, dude. Why are they not all named after their region names, dude? It's dumb.
Because they got lazy at some point.
Well, which ones are the lazy ones? Then the Valencia City? I guess they got lazy with Valencia City. They should have called that something else.
It would be Calpheon. It would be Calpheon and Valencia. They got lazy, obviously.
They should have just called Calpheon Portland, Oregon. No one wants to be there.
Oregon.
No offense. I was just kidding. I'm sorry, people from Portland. It's whatever.
All right,
I don't
ready?
know, man.
We're ready for our ceremonial.
Oh, did we get it already? Yeah, hold on. Let me swap characters.
Yeah, I'm ready when you guys are.
Likewise.
Calpheon is called that for lore reasons.
Well, time to unfollow. Yo, what the fuck, bro? How many people are from Oregon, dude? Holy shit. I didn't think you guys had internet. Alright, I'm surprised
that you could live in Portland and still be alive.
Yeah, dude. Surprised you're on this late.
Dude, I guess if you're not a cop or a business owner, it's probably fine.
Alright, I'm counting down. Are you guys ready?
Yep. Alright, my promise is if I get a Vel, I'll sell it and get a fucking Garmoth right away. How's that?
I mean, if I were you, I would just sell both your Vels and get an accessory upgrade.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. On 1. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Nothing.
Yikes.
Dude. Alright, I did get I got RNG carried as fuck. The other day I was opening like whatever 100 Oasis boxes. One of the Oasis boxes gave me one of the gold bar boxes, which I guess is pretty rare, and the gold bar box gave me 800 mil. I was pretty hyped about that.
Wow.
So I basically got
Jeez.
800 mil from an Oasis box.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, dude, it was a good day. I wish if you could trade silver, I would literally put that towards helping get Nayashe a Garmoth's heart, but I can't. So
He would just sell it anyway.
he would just sell the one he buys. He'd buy it and list it. Oh man,
He's not wrong.
all right, let's go over these global lab notes. Hold on one sec. Okay, global labs. All right, so some of this stuff I didn't go on and test it yet, so I'm not too sure exactly how some of these mechanics are, but this is the first global lab notes in a couple weeks because of the holiday in Korea. We got some new furniture. We got a little I don't know, stupid sea monsters sitting on top of a planet globe thing.
What?
No one's excited about these, except for Rezlar. Are these the level
What are
3
these?
furnitures you're excited about? These two sea monsters sitting on top of glowing orbs?
First of all, I don't know what you're talking about. Second of all, this is the Global Lab patch notes?
Yeah.
Then no, the ones I was talking about are in Odyllita. The ones I was talking about
right.
where it's the 3-hour buffs.
Got it. Oh, dude, we
For
should
anyone,
talk...
for anyone who doesn't know, we were talking about it before the podcast started. There's apparently new buffs you can get for like hunting and crafting in Odyllita that last 3 hours. At least that's the example that they gave in the patch notes. It was an accuracy buff that lasted 3 hours, which means it would last the entirety of your node war and then some, which would be really nice.
Yeah. Wait, I wanted to point out real quick because I completely forgot. At the Tauros spot you get Tauros blood and Tauros heart. You actually need the heart, one heart, as one of the ingredients to make immortal perfumes or drafts. So the immortal perfumes and drafts, so you have to have this stupid oil to make it, and then so the only one that's actually been sold so far is the immortal spirit perfume, which is, I don't know why you would sell that one specifically, but whatever, or make that one.
Yeah, that one's a little interesting.
But when you use the heart and you do all the ingredients to make the immortal shit, it basically makes it persist through death. So if you have a perfume of courage, for example, and you make it immortal, it'll persist through death. So you can pop the perfume, no matter how many times you die, you'll still have the perfume buff on your bar. Someone's saying there's a daily as well. What's the daily for? It gets you the what? Corrupt oil of immortality? Or it gets you just an immortal perfume? Or what does it give you? But you can immortalize any of this stuff, it looks like. You can immortalize Beast Draft, you can immortal Giant's Draft, Calc Elixir, like all the perfumes, all the drafts. So there you go.
That's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Good for PvP.
And then we have these new, let's see, perfume. The perfume of charm is new. There have been 0 trades so far. But the perfume of charm gives 15 all evasion, 200 HP, and special attack evasion plus 10%. So those are kind of good little defense, whatever. And then this new armor draft, which gives all DR 15, all evasion 10, damage from monsters minus 12%, max HP plus 300, ignore or resist plus 5%, and all AP minus 15. So you lose AP for a bunch of defensive stats. Is that the only draft? I thought there was another one. I thought we got 2 drafts in this patch. Armor, beast, celerity. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. Guess we did not. No. It's right by the storage keeper in the new city. New flower turn in for an event item turns perfumes into immortal. Yeah. Oh, it gives you a scroll to make a mortal elixir, but you cannot trade it. Okay. Got it. There's a life skill draft too. What's the life skill one called? I don't even see it on here.
That's swiftness. Oh, wait, no, draft?
No, a new one. He's saying there's a new life skill draft. I don't see it on the list of drafts though. Mastery. Oh.
Elixir of Deep Sea, Serene Sea?
Elixir of Mastery gives all life skill mastery plus 10 and constant reduction of MP, WP, SP.
Oh yeah, you got one of those in the quest line. I remember I was confused as to what the wording meant, so I used it. I was like, oh, it's draining my mana.
That's so weird. Why? Is it draining your mana? I mean, it only gives, I guess 15 mastery is a lot if you're like at the high end. Because it's hard to get, but...
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
What's that screenshot, Nashi?
Just random from Assassin. It shows the elixir of deep serene sea.
Is that
Basically,
like the next tier of the deep sea elixir?
Yeah, it's the immortalized version, I think.
Oh,
it says
okay.
this effect will not disappear even if your character dies, but everything else looks the same.
Oh, okay. It just doesn't say immortal.
Yeah, it says it's an event one, so it's like
Weird.
It's one of the event items, but it's the same thing as the actual
Right. Got
immortalized
it.
one.
Okay, anyway, back to the Global Labs patch. There's going to be a new ranch in Camasilvia that has cows. Hooray. Or milking. In addition to Grana, there are many opinions to add cows to the capitals Valencia and Adraxia, but this is also being considered. Perhaps in case of Valencia, the capital city, it would be a way to use camels rather than cows. So maybe in the future, if we're lucky, we'll be able to milk some camels.
Camel milk.
Camel milk, dude.
Dude, that's where I gotta send you guys that the boys clip of Homelander drinking the milk.
Diesel got Toros. Wow.
Nice. Dude, I actually, you know what I would love to happen? You know the gorillas we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be kind of special if they added gorilla milking?
I thought you were gonna say that, and I hate it already.
Well, if they weren't standing upright, I think it'd be fine. Alright, so the Akhman changes. A quaint, ancient mechanism has been restored at the Akhman Temple. Gotta do this in the RP voice. This ancient mechanical device is normally hidden and activates when an intruder appears. When a monster is defeated in the Akhman Temple hunting ground, there's a chance that the Dark Condenser appears and operates. Dark Condenser accelerates as time passes, and after a certain period of time, it causes a wide area explosion, causing damage to nearby adventurers. If the Dark Condenser is destroyed before exploding, a defense reduction buff is applied to nearby monsters. So it sounds like the stun traps that pop up are changed to these, I think. Maybe? I don't know. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. And it looks like it's going to be a DP debuff to all the mobs around. I'm wondering how much. My hope is that it's like really significant, because Akhman would become a lot more interesting if suddenly you could blow this machine up and then you just wipe the room like as fast as you would do mansions, you know?
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool.
And then Histria got... Yeah?
I was just gonna say, so we gotta make a new intro soon, right?
Yeah.
At some point. I was thinking, what can we put that as like your part of the intro?
What?
Just be like, and I'm Frosty. What if we could milk the gorillas? You think that would make a good intro?
I'm down.
It fits.
Yeah, I'm down as fuck. Histria changes. The emergency alert system that did not work in the ruins of Histria is restored and restarted. The wording is so dumb. When killing a monster...
Say that again? I think I had a stroke.
The emergency alert system that did not work in the ruins of Histria is restored and restarted. It's basically like a PC. When killing a monster in the Histria ruins hunting ground, there's a chance that the emergency alert tower will appear and operate. When the emergency alert tower is defeated, the alert level is set by measuring the risk of the intruder. The boundary level is set to 1, 2, and final. Ancient weapon monsters appear around you to eliminate intruders according to the set alert level. The higher the alert level, the more powerful monsters appear than the relatively low level. So it sounds kind of like the Kratuga alert system, except it's based on your gear score, maybe? I can't really tell what it means by the power of the intruder. But we'll see.
I mean, it sounds like it would be tied to your gear score.
Yeah. They're reworking gatekeepers for the 3rd time this year. Gatekeeper changes. The gatekeeper of the Crescent Temple, Desert Naga, Kaji Ruins, Tidium Valley have completely absorbed the powerful power. Oh god. Alright, here we go, Rizla. You ready? Here's the sentence. The gatekeeper of the Kaji Ruins have completely absorbed the powerful power gained through the blood ritual of Argos. They've obtained the powerful power.
The powerful power.
As opposed to
I don't know. They've absorbed
the not so powerful power.
Yeah, they've absorbed a weak power, and now
weak power, dude.
Yeah. Through the power acquired through blood consciousness, the guards use more threatening attacks. Also, if you receive extreme damage, you will have a chance to overcome death and move to your own area located nearby to recover. If a certain amount of time passes in your area and the gatekeeper recovers sufficiently, the trace will disappear, but you can obtain loot if you defeat the gatekeeper before that. If you defeat the stronger gatekeepers, you can obtain even more valuable rewards, including mysterious glyphs. Which, that part is interesting to me.
Yeah, mysterious glyphs.
Yeah, what is a glyph? Dude, glyphs in other games are usually like skill buffs, so I don't know why. I'm picturing glyphs
like
from Terra.
something that you add onto your gear, like little enhancements.
Yeah. Mysterious glyphs. Watch them just be like notes with some weird text on them. As the power of the guards...
Graffiti that you can place on top of...
Yeah. As the power of the guards has increased, the time it takes to appear intact again after killing it has increased, improved so that message is displayed to nearby adventurers when the gatekeeper appears. So now it's going to alert people with yellow text when there's a gatekeeper nearby. Gorgo's Nightmare changes. So you remember the Bassies that got buffed on KR and Global Labs months ago that we never got? So they changed that again. So along with Gorgo's Nightmare, the power of the Basilisk Guardian who emerged from the Basilisk lair began to permeate the nearby Basilisks. The health of the Basilisk Guardian, whose power is dispersed, has been drastically reduced. Basilisks that have absorbed the power of the Basilisk Guardian have been transformed into Basilisk Guardians, and when using Gorgo's Nightmare Summon Scroll, the Basilisk Guardian appears in succession up to 5 times. Basilisk Guardians have to deal with them alone as the black energy amplifies and becomes very powerful when fighting multiple adventurers. The Basilisk Petrifying Trainer appearing in Gorgo's Nightmare has been modified so that the knockback status does not apply when attacking. In Gorgo's Nightmare has been improved so that you can obtain Basilisk scales when you defeat Basilisks around the stone statue and the Guardian. And in Gorgo's Nightmare, if there are no adventures... Does any of this make any sense to anybody? None of this means anything to me. It's super confusing. But basically, it sounds like they nerfed the mobs, but made it so like more appear. It's kind of my TLDR. I'm going to go with that. For loot that can be obtained from Gorgo's Nightmare, the item acquisition probability increase buff and the item acquisition quantity increase buff are applied. However, Agris Heat does not apply. So yeah, and it shows a screenshot of a Basilisk with a Spirit Perfume active, apparently, because he's glowing green.
Agris Heat, by the way.
The Agris Heat, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, basically, I don't know. I'd have to see what this means. None of this makes any sense. Quality of life changes. The speed of finding items in the warehouse and entrusting them has been improved to become faster. You can now entrust the items in your warehouse faster, Rezar. Excited about that?
I love entrusting items.
I knew you would. I knew you would. The attack range displayed on the ground when the Dark Rift Ahib Griffin uses a whirlwind attack has been improved to display more accurately. Alright, the rest of the stuff is like meaningless. The class changes were just little bug fixes. So, yeah, that's what we got. No Kuno Awakening PvE buffs. Same. Guess they forgot this class exists. What's up?
As I was grinding Thornwood Forest, right? The new spot, the new solo spot, whatever.
Yeah.
And recommended AP is 250. And I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, wait, doesn't Manchroms have something similar? I look over, recommended AP 240, only 10 AP less. The difference between these two mobs is absolutely insane. I can easily kill Manchroms, even the big guys with auto attacks, in like no seconds flat. Whereas at the 250, the new spot, Thornwood Forest, the Dark Knights, I have to full combo them and then some. Like full Ackman skill rotation them and then some to kill them.
Right. Look,
like that, something is not correct here.
Now, I agree with you, but I'm also going to defend them in this regard. I feel like the 250, the AP recommendation is to be like, hey, you're going to be relatively efficient here, not necessarily kill speed. Like, the mobs do die slower, even though 250 is probably decent enough, 250 with Kudum. Even though they die slower than mansions, but the trash and stuff is worth more, so you're still going to be making, like, good money. Is kind of my thinking on it. Because, right, mansions are, what, 8.8k? And then these ones are 15k?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of. But that, and I also think they have no idea how much AP you need to kill the mobs. In most
that's, I don't know, dude. It's weird. It feels like there should be a lot bigger difference in the recommended AP for these two spots than 10.
Our idea of efficiency and their idea of efficiency is very different. Like, if you...
Clearly.
You can tell, for them, 250 AP is incredibly efficient at these spots. Or, like for example, like, Gahaz, right? If you look at Gahaz, it says recommended AP is 140. That is incredibly efficient based on their standard, and their standard is, if you watch any of the Awakening trailers and they're grinding all these spots at 40 AP where they have to do a full combo, and they're completely zoomed in. Like, if you watch the Hashashin Succession trailer where he's grinding Sassans and to kill a mob, or to kill a pack of mobs, he has to full combo it. So for them, they're like, dude, if only we had 110 AP, we'd be so efficient here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird.
It's different for them.
Because also, I feel like also, like you say 250 Kudum, right? Do they mean 250 Kudum?
No, they're counting human damage crystals. They're counting your entire crystal setup.
Also, I would feel like, dude, if someone has 250 AP, right? Let's say Nuver, because they don't know better. They're going there with 250 AP Nuver. First of all, they're not going to be able to kill shit. Second of all, if they have 250 AP Nuver, their DP, like, they're going to die, right? Like, they're just going to die, because those mobs are going to stun them. They hit like a truck. Like, I can go there with relatively low DP because I'm always playing around my low DP. It's how I grind. I'm used to it. But, like, if someone just went there thinking it's going to be, 10 AP more than Manchroms, this should be, interesting. They're going to get clapped. Why is there not a DP requirement on these spots? I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Very fair. I mean, it should show recommended DP, AP, and accuracy. And it should say Kudum in parentheses if they mean 250 with Kudum.
Might as well just put on the kit that can actually handle it too. Because, some kits are better than others.
It should put recommended 250 AP with Suck Striker.
Yeah, all right.
And for Kuno, you need like 190.
I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to just put a DP right there and then also say, like, what offhand you're referring to that people use, like offensive or defensive or hybrid or whatever. I feel like that wouldn't be too hard. And people can extrapolate for themselves from that point. I think the real problem is they need to let the community tell them what these spots' actual numbers are.
I mean, Starzen says 260. That's also a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's
269 plus minimum.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
The real issue is that they need to stop letting people in like suits and or like interns that are getting coffee just arbitrarily decide the numbers at these spots. And like they should go and ask players like once the spot has been out for a while, hey, what like survey players, right? What AP is this like become efficient at so that newer players down the line could get an actual real relevant number. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you know, if you want to really like look at it and if you want to be nitpicky and make matters even worse, this 260 recommendation at Stars End, they're not even factoring in that you need villa, food, and a draft, and probably a perfume, and your
also,
outfit on.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You need like everything. Like this 260 is still too low, even with all that shit. Granted, I have seen a suck May while grinding it with Tuvala gear, so.
Oh my god.
I'm just stating the facts. I say what I see. Actually, and what I see is a suck May while grinding it and getting 4,000 trash with like 242 AP. So
I wonder if maybe they could also. Sorry, I know we're just going on about nonsense at this point, but I'm just realizing a lot of stuff about this map kind of bothers me. I wonder if maybe there was some way for them to put some sort of like not difficulty but complexity rating on the spots, like maybe a star system, like a 1 to 3 stars, where like you have spots like Manschwams where there's no mechanics, so that's a 1 star. You go to Stars Inn, you want to play around the crystals, right? Like that's the big thing is Stars Inn is you want to play around the crystals, so maybe that's a 2 star. And then you have like the golems, right? And that's like the 3 star or something. I don't know, something like that. I don't know.
yeah,
because like there's complexity issues with a lot of these spots too, you know. Like imagine someone going to Stars Inn and not knowing that you need to play around the crystals. You know what I'm saying? They just think I got 260 AP, I can go kill stuff at Stars Inn.
Well, depending on your class, the crystals could be actually a negative.
They're trying to grind Stars Inn. Well, yeah, that's true, but they're trying to grind Stars Inn like they would Gahaz at 260 AP. You know.
What if they do literally anything but what they're doing?
I like that solution.
No, I don't know.
Very well thought out.
The recommendations are bad. What does Sakrea say here? Hold on. This will be the
recommendations are fine for the lower end zones. There's so much information out there for the higher end zones nowadays. There's no excuse.
Oh,
that
right.
Is true. There is like a plethora of information out there if you look outside of the game itself, right? For like the grind spots.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been this thing for a long time now that basically you go to YouTube for your resources.
Yeah. What's the recommended AP at Sakura?
230. It doesn't show
upper.
Lower. It doesn't show
lower.
Yeah.
Upper. Yeah. I could see upper being 230.
Dude, I wish they would buff upper because I actually really like upper and it's completely garbage. I don't know, man. Let's see what our Caphras market's looking like these days, dude.
The info in the wiki isn't that bad regarding complexity and gear recommendations.
Can someone in EU tell me the total number of Caphras stones traded on the EU market?
Oh yeah, that's actually a good question.
I'm kind of curious how much more they've sold than us.
Since they're like pure life skillers, I mean, it's probably going to be a metric fuck ton more, you know?
Can an unbiased EU listener check the Caphras stone market and see the total number of trades on the Caphras stone market?
Okay. This wiki is, we got to talk about this wiki.
We found the wiki.
I use this wiki. I type in Stars Inn into the search result. First thing and only thing that pops up, Piliku jail.
Lord of Warfare says the console equals 0 total trades.
Feels bad.
Dude, can we real quick just talk about how lucky we are to not be on console? They are getting Succession this week.
An ominous energy is being emitted.
Oh! Dude, go get it, dude. Look for the black hole. That's where you get to just farm mobs.
What, do I just constantly kill them? Or am I like trying to prevent them from going into it? Like what?
Yeah, no, you just kill them. Just kill them as quickly as you can.
Recommended level 56 for Stars in the BDO wiki.
Well, that's the recommended level to get power leveled at Stars End. Alright, I'm gonna go through this. Rez, you gotta ban that first comment. We're getting that one a lot more lately.
There's a comment I need to ban.
Yeah. Alright, Anawari says, alright, we're moving on to the comments. If you guys want to comment on the show, make sure you go to the YouTube video, leave a comment. We'll read it on the air across the whole country, and the nation will hear it. I don't know why I say air, like we're on the radio or something. But yeah, we'll read it and shut it down and be condescending. So.
Well, bam! You've been banned, whoever that was.
Anawari says, hold on, I gotta sneeze. 1 second.
Holy shit. This is great for getting knowledge. There's so many mobs.
Excuse me. Anawari says, good morning, dudes. Good morning, Anawari. Finanina says, console getting first 4 successions tomorrow, October 7th. FYI, Warrior, Zerker, Ranger, and Sork. So think about that. On October 7th, they're getting 4, let's look at the calendar here. October 7th, they get 4 succession classes. Now, they only get a patch every 2 weeks. So they get the next 4 on the 21st. The next 4 November 4th, that's 12. Let's go down to November. The next 4, the 18th, that's 16. So they will have all the successions by December 2nd. That's exciting. It's right around the corner, dude. Alexandra LaFortune says, Genshin Impact won't last very long unless they do something for the casual spenders. BDO happens to be very generous for the realistic spenders, $15 to $40 monthly spenders, while Genshin Impact offers very little benefit for this bracket of spenders. It cares only for the giga whales. I'm personally having quite a lot of fun in Genshin Impact for the moment, but I realize I have to lower my expectations, hopes, etc., because the cash shop is extremely expansive, and it's even worse. I think he meant expensive, but he said expansive. And it's even worse if you use Canadian dollars. I didn't quite understand that opposition between the free-to-play players and whale in that game, and once you get far enough, it's 100% understood, and it's sickening. At 0.6% chance for a 5-star with a guaranteed one at every 90th roll, the average price of getting a 5-star character is $150, and you'd probably want more than one of them or settle for 4 stars. But what's the fun in a game where you have to limit yourself at every corner? TLDR, BDO is cheap compared to Genshin Impact. Genshin is a pretty game. The loot box system is terrible and dooms the game. Any thoughts on that, guys?
So a couple things. They're reducing the pity roll for 5 stars from 90 down to 50. So almost cutting it in half, which is pretty nice. That's coming in patch 1.1 on November something. I don't remember. Like 11th or some shit. And then also, yeah, obviously it's a gacha game. Like, I don't know, I don't know what you were expecting. Well, if you spend a lot of money, you'll get the things you want. That's how gacha games work. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait, Ross says that's not confirmed, what you said.
What, the pity roll being changed?
Maybe the date. I think he's talking about the date, maybe?
No, the date got confirmed, I'm pretty sure. They announced they had a roadmap. They announced a roadmap for their upcoming patches. They got a patch coming November like 11th or some shit, patch point 1.1. And then December something, and then like January 2021.
He says fake leak. I'm with him. Low Pork Chop.
Fake leak, whatever.
Low Pork Chop says fun on a bun with a smiley face. Agreed?
I think more importantly, sorry, I don't want to keep coming back to this, but this is just, I found a whole new level of ridiculousness here. Minimum level gear requirement for Stars In is level 56, 220 AP, 260 DP.
For what?
For Star's End.
No.
All right, so I mean, we've established at this point that they don't play the game.
Holy
Well, the
shit,
wiki's
dude.
edited by players.
We've
Is it?
established at this point that they don't play the game.
I thought that's the whole point of wikis. It's supposed to be a community thing.
No.
Oh my god. At least I will give it this. At least it actually does describe the whole crystal thing. It does tell you that if you destroy the thing with mobs nearby, it'll fall down. They'll fall down. And you can kill them. So at least it's got that,
Mineria
right?
says no, it's not. That this wiki is a dictatorship. And it's not for the people, by the people. It's
So if you're level 56 and you have 220 AP and 260 DP, you can go grind stars in.
dude.
Apparently.
I have to. I can't remember the guy's name, but back in so when I played StarCraft 2, there's a tool called Liquipedia, because the website that everyone went to was Team Liquid, and they had like a StarCraft 2 Wikipedia called Liquipedia. And that one was like more community based, so people could make edits or whatever. And there was this guy that we played with that he was not good at the game at all. And he edited his own wiki to say something along the lines of top tier Protoss player with razor thin build timings. And it was so cheesy. Dude, I was dying laughing when I read it, dude. Like we're laughing about that shit for months. Like the first time I ever read it, dude, my eyes were watering just because like I knew how bad the guy was. So it was just so funny that he described himself as having razor thin timings. It was funny, dude. We should have a BDO wiki where we get to edit.
Ironically, it was like full serious.
He was full serious. I should be able to search my own fucking name on Wikipedia and edit it for BDO. I need a BDO wiki for myself. Queso81 says, can you guys imagine a class with Chase and a grab? Chase being iframe for the cherry on top. They would still cry that class sucks. True. Korin Noaka says, warning, this is a long comment.
Who's he saying they will still cry?
I mean, probably Blader classes would be my guess.
My god. Rezler, we got another comment to ban.
Korin Noaka says, warning, long comment, apologize in advance, ooh woo. A way to make Meiwa and Musa IG on par again. Meiwa give old Sleet step back, iframe off cooldown, SA on cooldown. It would let us safety cancel Red Moon, speed up Petal Drill, move Petal Bloom, stun on Petal Drill, buff Petal Drill's damage and accuracy so it can chunk decently, since Awakening's problem is the lack of chip damage. And lastly, probably rework our Blooming Step / Blooming Stride Rabam to where it would be an SA non-stamina movement ability and have it travel further, someone like Fiery Angel. See how greedy these people are, dude? Non-stamina, super armor, no, you know what I mean? Suck Meiwa, I think, is fine, like, because right now Meiwa's movement is its limiting factor, dude, and everyone feels like, these Meiwas are not moving anywhere. Let's give them non-stamina protected movement. All right, sorry. Suck Meiwa, I think, is fine as is, although I'd like the blooming damage nerf reverted. Crying, laughing, kidding, of course. Lastly,
wait,
he was
blooming
joking.
Damage nerf.
Yeah, he said he wants it reverted.
There was no nerf to blooming.
No, actually doesn't remember because he was getting ready for the wedding. Lastly, Chase stamina nerf being reverted.
That was in his league phase.
Yeah, it was during his league time. He was a nocturne.
Musa got nerfed, but not Meiwa.
Chase stamina nerf being reverted for both Musa and Meiwa. I just this is where, like, all right, here we go. I'm gonna say the sentence and then I'm gonna laugh at you, Korin Noaka, very condescendingly, and I apologize ahead of time. He says, lastly, Chase stamina nerf being reverted for both Musa and Meiwa. I just find it kind of sad that the, quote, fastest class can get outburst in movement and out-pressured by other classes. You guys called it the fastest class. That was you guys. You put that title on yourself. No one else called it that. That's your fault. Classes like Kuno and Ninja can constantly thrive on low stamina, while Musa and Meiwa can't even combo without stamina in succession. I raced a Kuno to a certain destination while I was doing chase cancel, and the Suck Kuno beat me while still having stamina left, which I honestly find pretty stupid. And even a warrior, I do ask, in that race, was anyone trying to CC you guys? Because I know one of us was protected and the other one wasn't. And even a warrior knows how to do their cancels with high FPS can catch up to a Maywa doing chase cancel. I just find it weird that the classes they made to be the fastest in mobility can get outburst in mobility by a hard counter warrior with high FPS. These changes, in my opinion, of course, would be fair considering that considering what classes are broken / really good at this point in time. I just don't see why our class is allowed to get outburst by a hard counter warrior. I noticed that I'm ranting, so I'll stop. I just want my class Maywa to be the dev's favorite child, like a certain caster class that hasn't been touched. Wheeze. If Mooses complain that much about their class and can receive 5 weeks of straight buffs, in theory, if Maywas complain more, we can receive the same amount of love. No? Or maybe I'll just cry in a corner getting flashbacks of Warrior, you know who, suggesting would be really cool if Solar Flare got SA. Alright.
There's so much to unpack right there.
Yeah, I'm going to say one thing and then I'll pass it to you, Nayoshi. I'm fine with the stamina on Chase being cut in half, provided it's an iframe when off cooldown and unprotected on cooldown. So if you're willing to make that trade, that's on you. The Sleet Step change, I'm kind of cool with. What's the cooldown on Sleet Step? What would that be?
7 seconds.
7 seconds. Does it use stamina?
Yes.
Okay. So that one I'm okay with, and it would be SA while on cooldown, iframe off. Anyway, but go ahead, Nayoshi. You're the expert. Let's hear what you have to say.
So as far as the chase stamina is concerned, like stamina in combat is a problem when you're actually like moving around, and then also you actually manage to do your engagements, and when you actually pull off a CC and you go to combo, everything's basically using stamina. There are some skills that don't use stamina, some of our heavy hitters, but in order to combo, you usually need to do some of the other skills that do cost stamina. So that's where the problem usually runs, where you basically have you're gassed and you have nothing left. So you can still hear me, right? Hello?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. My cat landed on some of the cords, so I didn't know if you guys could still hear me. My monitor literally just like flickered. But yeah, so there's some issues with like sustaining like combat for long periods of time. You have to like full reset, and then you get the issue where people complain about our class needing to quote unquote run and just only engage when they want to. Well, it's like, well, what do you expect? You know, like I can't continuously go for CCs due to stamina issues. I can't block very well because we don't have super armor with our block in the back, like some of these classes. And whenever someone tries to engage on us, our only way of protecting ourselves is to either A, Redmond, which is frontal guard only, and we're already in a frontal guard, or B, I try to chase, and which stamina problems. So I get where all that kind of complaints coming from, but I honestly don't think like reverting the changes on chase or the solution. It would be nice. I won't deny that, but I think the solution is to make it so that in combat stamina and combo related stamina is actually not as high, or they make it so that we can regen during a lot of other skills, like Whirlwind Cut, for example, with Succession. It currently prevents you from recovering stamina. Maybe Chase as well, allow you to like regenerate your stamina while actually using the skill, but it still costs its stamina. Because if I use Chase, it stops the actual...
Alright, don't get crazy. Look, I agree with, like, if you drain your stamina down to 0, you should, and you catch someone on that last drop of stamina, you should still be able to execute a full combo.
Yeah. I mean,
100%.
that's mostly my problems and concerns is like, I get to the point where I finally catch someone, especially someone that actually knows what they're doing, and it's a little bit difficult to actually see them.
Right.
And then I can't even follow up on it because by that point, I've literally blown my load when it comes to stamina.
And then obviously the awakened chip damage stuff is a concern and valid.
Yeah, I think with this meta, Awakening's the only problem. Like they've been buffing, like for his comments about not getting buffs at all. I don't agree with that at all. The class has been getting buffed consistently for quite a few months now. It's been slow and progressive, but they're targeting the right stuff for the most part. The combo damage went up a lot, so now like the damage is really there as from what I've tested a little bit, and I haven't done a lot of testing, but I've been hearing feedback from other Mewas that play Awakening more consistently than I do, and they like the damage a lot. So it's really good, and it's helping them out with the end game fights. Accuracy will still need to be built into the kit, which goes to like what Frosty said before. Basically, you should have to build some amount of accuracy to deal with the evasion players. There's no reason why you should be full AP. And I agree with that sentiment.
I have a question, actually. This is a little bit of an aside, but I watched Yellow had a like a 5-minute video on his stream of him dueling his old friend Nayashe. How did those go? How did those duels go? Because I was watching that, and I don't know if it's just I don't know, like a week or two ago, maybe. It looked fairly recent.
Fights last week.
Now I don't know. I hear a lot of Mewas complain about Kuno, and I hear a lot of other classes complain that Kuno kills Mewa standing up. But I'm gonna be honest, you died standing up quite a bit in those fights. I was like, oh no, poor Nayashe.
Well, I mean, there's a couple things with those fights with him. We're just dorking around there, but I have no Nova right now, so I can't kill him in combos.
I was wondering, I was like, dude, how is Nayashe not able to kill me? Literally deletes me instantly.
Yeah, I mean, they were just fun duels while we waited for a boss spawn. I can't remember what it was, if it was Garmoth or Vel or whatever.
So you don't have Nuva right now?
No, I sold it to fuel the Kaffir grind. I don't really fight right now. Like, I duel for spot people. Those people that have too much gear for me to kill is very rare to run into overall. You're
a lover, Mewa, not a fighter?
I'm a lover, Mewa, not a fighter. So, I mean, eventually I will pick up a Pen Nova. It's just not a concern right now because I'm just grinding.
Okay. And then lastly, Lord of Warfare says Nayashe sounds so depressed. And he is sad, dude. Whenever someone talks about Mewa's stamina,
I'm just explaining some things.
He goes into story mode. It's kind of like if someone was like were to ask Nash, like, Daddy, can you tell me what mommy was like? Like, he goes into that kind of somber voice. When you guys had, it's like, what was it like when Mewa had stamina? He just goes into a sad voice. You don't understand, baby. It was a beautiful class.
Back in my day.
The world considered us the fastest class in the game. And we were zipping around the map like it was nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a lot of the problems I mentioned that you've even agreed to. Like, the stamina while comboing is silliness. Like, there's no reason for it. Especially
100%. If the kick.
Like,
why is the kick
everything I do with engagements, like CC engagements as well as movement, is all stamina related. And they have stamina locks on some abilities. Like, there's really no rhyme or reason why everything should be stamina or... Hold on, my cat's fucking with my damn computer again.
I wonder if part of the reason people used to consider, obviously not everyone, but a lot of people used to consider Musa and Mewa the fastest class in the game, quote unquote, but not anymore, is because everyone else's movement combo requires a lot more than right click.
No,
so they were the only ones who could do it.
That's actually factually incorrect. That's the reason.
No, I'm saying part of it.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think it's more like, all right, Suck Kuno got a bunch of burst. When Mystic came out, Mewas were complaining about this too. When Mystic first came out, Mooses and Mewas were complaining that Mystic felt just as fast. Because remember, you could go 6 flashes in a row and then Wolf's Frenzy and basically keep up with the Mewa and grab them, and they hated that. So there were like things that kind of like changed. Like classes were given a little bit more ability. Maybe it's just because I didn't main the classes, but I never thought about them as the fastest class. I just thought that they're like, within combat movement is fast. Like, not necessarily in a straight line, but like trying to follow them around within the arena was hard. Unless they Tiger Bladed, then it was kind of impossible. But yeah, at least that's how I always looked at it.
Well, it's also the fact that it's all protected, right? It's all very fast and it's all very protected. Is the other thing, right? So I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, so like a lot of classes, like for example, warrior. A lot of their abilities, they have a really high distance traveled for the animation. So, for example, shield charge, it travels really fucking far and really fast for one skill, and it costs, I think, a little bit of stamina, but not that much.
I'm gonna check that actually. I'm thinking on that. I actually think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that skill recovers stamina.
Probably, yeah. So it's like, so when you have movement abilities like that can go the distance that they do, like Chase goes a decent distance for sure, like, but it's for like small subtle movements, like
Can you can you not, is it hard to CC the forward F?
Yeah.
Because that one doesn't
Hard
have
to CC
super armor.
shield charge?
Yeah, because that one doesn't have, yeah, you recover stamina during it. You recover stamina during it.
But it is difficult to, because they can turn it really easily. Any skilled warrior is not going to let you just sit there and get their back. It's just a lot of the movements in classes like that, they have longer distance traveled for the use of the skill, which in turn it pressures me to use 3, 4, sometimes even more chases just to compensate. And the animation distance, the animation speed, and the distance traveled is not the same as those. So I have to use more of my stamina to get the same result. That's the problem. Chase is good for quick, subtle movements and whatnot. For long distance travel, that's when you start running into the stamina problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, in combat movement is fast. But all these other classes, they can, because we don't have a grab, and a lot of classes, like arguably half the classes have a grab, and then on top of that, all the slows and whatnot really mess with our mobility, just like it would with any other class, minus warrior for some reason. Movement slows don't seem to fuck with them at all. I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I'm laughing because Hitsu,
Hitsu with
said,
how much movement they have, they get slowed and they're like, yeah, that's nice. I'll go ahead and just do this, and
Hitsu like, said, I hear me.
Well, he's asking.
I know he's joking. He's joking. Like, it's a joke. Yeah, he's a joke. All right, well, hold on. I'm gonna move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand why you guys lost your Meiwa.
I don't agree with everything that particular person said in the comments. I think Meiwa's been getting a lot of buffs, a lot of positive buffs. There are some things I agree with, like the iframe on Sleet Step is justified. I don't think there's any reason why we don't have it, other than that they just took it out of the original CC and super armor and protection changes.
Yeah.
They just haven't felt like putting it back.
Agreed. I think that'd be fine.
That's basically it. To sum it up. Some things I agree with, some things I don't.
Sarah Angel says, my face when you're trying to kick your Genshin Impact addiction and switch to BDO, but the value pack turns into the Prima Gems. Great podcast as always, boys. You know, Sarah Angel was a magic card.
I feel like I get baited into these
you do.
needing to defend Meiwa.
You do. Yeah,
so it makes it sound like I'm crying the whole time, but I'm really not. I'm
Moon
really
Man.
Just trying to, like...
Well, this is the other reason I was laughing in the middle of your thing. Moonman says, does Nayashe ever say anything positive about Meiwa?
Yeah, I've seen that comment. It's like bullshit. It's bullshit. I say positive shit all the time. It's just people try to ask why we asked for this or why we asked for that. It's like, well, why would your class ask for, you know, any particular change you'd want? You know, like, come on, use your head.
You know, I could see, this is why I should be the Meiwa spokesperson, dude. It's too bad I don't mean that class, dude. That'd be so good for you guys. Because my analogy would be this. It would be like, you know that feeling you guys all have against Suck Wizard? We feel that way against everybody. Dude, Queso81 says, Awaken Ranger for life, bros. Glad to hear somebody acknowledge the difficult life of Awaken Rangers. It's so funny walking in a BA as a top player is always saying to me, LOL, and then point out that I'm Awaken Ranger, but feeling better after beating them with way less gear score. Funnier that Nyashi pointed out how low on the tier list we are as well. Yeah. Jennison Johnson says, I heard you, Reslar. And jars in open world would be kind of fun. Would be neat if there were items and buffs like loot scrolls in them as well. Yeah, it would be cool if you could open a treasure chest and randomly get a loot scroll or something.
That'd be nice. Like these wonderful dream chests.
Yeah. The Spoon Elite says, personally, I see Genshin Impact as a high-quality RPG that somewhere out there is a whale dumping a few $1,000s into the game so I can play for free. That's kind of how I always feel about free-to-play games too, to be honest. So I was like, on one hand, I get the pay-to-win thing sucks, and the other hand, Genshin Impact is not competitive remotely. It's like 99. Like, I know we joke that BDO is 99% single player, but Genshin Impact's actually 99% single player. So I just feel like someone else's progress like literally doesn't matter to you in any way. So I don't know why you'd be upset that someone's spending money, and if it means you get to play for free, then fuck it. He said they needed to add online functionality to the game so that you would compare your progress with other players and drive you to spend real money in the game. If you choose to push into end game, the option is there for you to make friends and complete the grindy tasks with company. There's clearly some problems / bugs with the game and aspects that aren't fully realized. AR-16 domains are a complete joke, but I think it's a really smart model for a game, and it certainly won't be the last of its kind. I'm really looking forward to see what the future holds for the game, as it feels a little unfinished right now. P.S. Please let us know what the Kaffir's rate is at Tauros, Nyashi. Yeah, Nyashi, what's the Kaffir's rate at Tauros?
Non-existent for my grind, because I haven't been there yet.
He got confused. When someone told him that Tauros is a new grind spot and it's exciting, he heard Centauros. So he went to Centaurs and started grinding Centaurs instead. Ziegel says
confused horse people with bull people.
Yeah. Ziegel says, would it tilt you if I told you that a guildie of mine got the MP pot piece when he was power leveling his hunting level? He got it pretty fast as well, decided to power level hunting yesterday and got 2 of them today. Jesus. P.S. That guy's RNG carried as fuck, got 3 Vel's concentrated magic already and 1 tap 2 Tet Manos clothes.
Sounds like you need to like get new friends, because yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, he's
Do you guys, I don't mean to go off topic, but I want to. Do you guys believe there's such a thing? There used to be a tinfoil back in the day that there was account RNG. That basically when your account gets created, you're given a certain amount of RNG towards specific things. Yeah. Do you guys believe in that?
I used to believe that. But then I hit 2.
So basically your account would be given higher or lower chances of certain succeeding or failing certain things based on complete random traits given at the point your account is created.
I think that everyone starts equal with the worst RNG possible, and then you can pay it down by buying pearls.
Well, that's definitely not true.
I'm kidding. No,
I spent a lot of money on this game, bro.
I mean, that would still fit your narrative, you know?
No, I mean, I don't buy into it. No, I do think people that are just inherently bad people get more RNG carried than good people, but I don't know how the game's determining that.
See, I don't know, because like I hear these stories of like, you always hear the stories of the people that are like, they got like some RNG carried on some really specific thing, like multiple times, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, I got like 3 Vels in the past 2 months. It's like, what the fuck? But that guy can't hit pin to save his life. You know what I'm saying? It's like weird shit like that.
That's my life.
In cases like that, though, I wonder if it's more of like a loot table, just poor algorithm type of deal. Like, I don't know, something along the lines of like.
Would that say it's like really random and it's just...
Well, yeah, it's really random. It's just that when the randomness happens, now all of a sudden, like, you're getting the same thing multiple times. I'm not saying I actually believe in this theory, but it's a theory that I've heard where it's like, I don't know, you get something and now it's almost like it tweaked the loot table slightly and now you've gotten it multiple times. and it like needs to reset. I don't know. It's like a glitch in the matrix kind of deal.
Maybe that's why I haven't got my
I
third
don't know.
Garmoth from Garmoth yet.
My theory that I ascribe to is the theory of an RNG well. Like basically you have a well of RNG, and then whenever you get RNG carried, you use what is in that well, and then it has to refill over time. So like basically I used up all of my entire well whenever I got Beg's gloves out of a bundle on like day 2 of Beg's gloves being obtainable from bundles. And I haven't really recovered much since then.
Dude,
So it's been a real struggle.
I wish. Sometimes I wish they stole that system from Diablo 3. So Diablo 3 has this system where every item has like a set drop chance, and as you play the game in one instance or session, like you'll go to a spot and start grinding, the chances of items or a rare item dropping goes up and up and up and up and up over time, and after like an hour or 2 hours it becomes 100%, and then once you get an item it resets back down to its base. Like I kind of wish that was a thing.
Yeah, well,
Would
that's
be good.
I mean, that's similar to what you were talking about with the embers, right? It's like the idea of like the grind that you're putting in isn't meaningless, even if you're not getting the big drop, right? Because you're working towards it, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Lord of Warfare says they have spaghetti code that can have an impact. Remember old school GTA? There's rare cars, then you see suddenly there's a bunch of rare cars. Exactly. Exactly. Like that's exact. I don't know how to describe that phenomenon, but that's exactly what I mean. Like literally you'll be looking for a specific car. You're driving around in GTA and you finally find it, and the second you find it, there's like 20 of them. And you're like, "Wait a minute." That's kind of how I feel. Also, you got to remember, if I were to describe the way that they code things in these games, I want you to think about this. Your rage absorption and transfer buttons are on Z and X, right? If you rebind those, your Rabam skills don't work with Shift Z and Shift X.
Yeah.
Just think about that.
Yeah.
Think about how absurd that is. Which, by the way,
like I use Z and X as hotkeys for a lot of my abilities on a lot of my classes, so I rebind Z and X to my star and my minus at the top right of my number pad. So I can't use a bomb skill I can't use the inputs for the bomb skills. I have to hotkey them.
It's so dumb. Which, by the way, I was thinking
there's a lot of very questionable design philosophies being done on certain things.
If we do get these, if Awakening Raboms come out as I think they're going to come out, and they're like new, not just like as separate options from the current ones we have, so it would need a new hotkey. I would love if they just moved the transfer and absorb thing where you have to hotbar.
They're not new hotkeys. I can answer that right now.
How do you know that?
I tested it in global.
No. The Raboms, not the bond skills. The Raboms.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The Awakening Raboms that they announced. I would love if they moved Rage Transfer and Absorb from Z and X to just force you to have to hotkey it if you want those, and then adding Z and X as new abilities like keybinds, because Z and X are really convenient.
Yeah, those like the default for like transferring should be like I'm gonna go with like Alt. Like why use the Alt key? So like Alt Z, Alt X, like things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There'd be some shit like that.
I mean, bringing out your Black Spirit is comma or period or whatever, but Rage Transfer is X. Which one do you do more often? It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Never Famous says, boys bartering is your friend. Yeah. I just don't like being on the ocean. Get seasick. Dark Mahara says, great episode as always. Loved the commentary on last week's comments. Nayashe getting salty was cute. Nayashe, you should play other classes to see... Oh no, he's gonna get mad. You should play other classes.
I already read it.
You should play other classes to see how easy Meiwa is to play. Seriously. Finally, as Hedon says, kisses to you all. Looking forward to the next episode. I don't think none of the classes are that hard to play. Talented Sniping says, whatever, man, you know what mean by skill over gear. So what, instead of trial only RBF, you want them to balance every class by min-maxing AP, DP, accuracy, health, etc. You know that trial character only is about as close to balance as you're going to get in this game. It would be a lot better than going to RBF now. Oh look, there's 10 wizards on a wall and 4 300 AP snake members running around one-shotting people. Seasonal RBF is ass. It's to the exact fucking same as every other RBF. The endgame players get immediate power because they have the resources just to force all the gear day one. I don't know how this is such a bad idea rather than have 1v1 arena that's semi-balanced, but Avi, they already botched that idea in BA. I mean, it's, again, I don't think the problem is no one's going to play it, right? Like everyone's, the player base has been building gear for years, right? So the only players that are going to play an equalized trial only RBF are probably new players. So it's going to be empty like on day 2 or 3. That's the only reason why I say it's not really a good idea. And also, let's just pretend hypothetically that it is super popular and everyone does play it and loves it. It's still going to be just wizards on a wall, the same problem you're complaining about. It's not going to change. Yeah, I would love a 1v1. I wouldn't mind a 1v1 like ranked ladder with equalized gear. It's just, my thing is I don't trust what gear they're going to put as the equalized gear, because the trial gear is weird, because some classes are really good at that gear level and some are really ass. So, just depends.
Yes, sir.
To be fair,
being one.
What?
Sucku is being one of them.
Yeah. To be fair, Musa Mewa movement combo can't be less complex when it's not a combo to begin with. Dude, I'm sorry, Nyashi. Just earmuffs, Nyashi, earmuffs. Hadouken OCX says, Resler, what class are you going to play in World of Warcraft Shadowlands?
Fucking get out of here.
He's obviously going to play a healer. Murderkind says, I went through about 10,000 energy on elephant/birds, didn't get the piece, was randomly leveling hunting for 1 DP clothes, wound up getting the gathering piece from Featherwolves hunting, didn't even know it dropped there. Fuck! I have to do the Featherwolves hunting thing then, don't I? Is that still in the game? They didn't change that, right? I'm gonna have to do that.
What are you referring to?
You can get the Volterra Clairvoyance from hunting and butchering Featherwolves if you actually hunt them with a matchlock and then butcher them.
The event is over.
No, don't say that. Is it? Did it end this week?
Someone else said.
Also, I don't think that's true. I was told that it was from killing the black feather wolves.
No. The black feather wolves killing is for the Mancham piece. The hunting was the gathering, the opposite thing you could do for the gathering piece. So instead of doing the birds or the elephants, you could hunt feather wolves. There's actually, you could hunt a few things. You could hunt feather wolves, like lions or something like that in Valencia, like something else. There are like 3 different things. So a lot of people were trying the hunting feather wolves because it's super dense there, and people were having good luck there, more so than the gathering of Farrakahs. But I guess the event's over now, so I'm fucked. Should have taken advantage.
My internet's dying.
Tim says, hopefully the players will have enough gear for all the OD content in like 3 years.
What?
He means like the golems and the gargoyles, because it does require a lot of gear. And I think I would be, I mean, if the
average player will probably never grind there.
Yeah, I think if the high-end, like the people that are grinding Tauros today and actually getting their dead god over the next like couple weeks, I would be surprised if 6 months to a year from now, if the golem spot is actually like efficient, like good money, if people aren't grinding there. I have a feeling people would grind there if it's efficient, that is. If it's not efficient, then no one will ever go there, but I think we'd have enough gear for it in like 6 months to a year for the people that are already like getting their dead god armored right now. Jimmy Lang says, I'm not sad or anything, but you completely did not read my comment last podcast, Buff Ninja. Did I skip this comment? I didn't mean to. Honestly, I overlooked.
Probably why we skipped it, because he said Buff Ninja.
True. Super
They
Sean.
had their time.
You had your time, dude. Blade spin float. Remember that. Super Sean says, Nyashi getting easily triggered of Frosty's blatant trolls is great. I know, it's so funny. Poor Nyashi, dude.
You know we script it, right?
Yeah, it's
we
scripted.
planned this out ahead of time.
I call him on his landline right before the show,
Like-
and I'm like, "Don't forget to get mad, you fucking prick."
It's like, I'm totally gonna talk shit about Mayo today. You know that, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, I
I'm like,
know.
Nashy, I hope you're ready for today's podcast. I'm coming at you hard. Lucas Franco says, great podcast once again, my dude. Would really appreciate if you could bring someone on to talk about Hashishine Suckawake State PvP wise. Thanks. Yeah, we do got to do that. We got to find is there anyone relatively... No, the problem is we need seasonal graduation so we can find who the standout Hashishines are, you know? There's a lot of people that made Hashishines that aren't playing them right now.
Well, I think you're gonna have to. We're gonna have to really wait until the early graduation happens.
Yeah.
Because a lot of players, they want to play on their hash, but they're literally locked behind the graduation.
They're in diploma hell.
They're in diploma hell.
Danielle Boschetti says, 24 hours since Odyllita release, 10k Caphras sitting on the market, no pre-orders. Don't underestimate the EU PvE power. We don't PvE here. We chop trees, drive boats, play other games while cooking EU life. Yeah, I've conceded. You guys are always going to have
RPers.
You guys are always going to have Caphras stones for a few reasons. I just now my contention has changed. So it's no longer like, you guys, yes, you gather, but it's not going to be enough. You guys gather a little bit more, and that's one of like 3 or 4 factors. The other one is none of you guys have any gear, so you don't need Caphras stones. Another one is none of you guys have any silver because none of you guys grind, so you can't even buy Caphras if you wanted to. And then the last one,
you just list them. You just list them, and that's it.
Yeah.
No one can buy any, so it's just a constant stockpile.
Yeah, and then the last one is. I don't think any of you guys actually do care about PvP. I feel like PvP is less prominent in EU. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like PvP is like, how full are your battle arenas? Because honestly, in NA, like every single battle arena at any given time of day has like at least 10 people. And then some of them have like 30 or 40. So I'm curious, how important is PvP for you guys in like BA? Not just like grind spot PvP or node wars, but like how many of you guys are actually sitting in BA? Is it super popular out there or not really? I'm kind of curious on that.
People in chat are saying they're full.
Max Punch says Awakened DKs were whiny as fuck until suck, but Awakened Musas are whiny as fuck and also super rude and toxic. Just delete the class, easy fix. Some people won't be missed. By the way, nerf Mewa as well for the lulz.
That's toxic, man. And he's talking about other people being toxic.
Imagine if Mewa got nerfed before Wizard. Wouldn't that be so funny?
There'd be a fucking uproar, dude. All 5 Mewas. We'd be protesting with the Calpheon protesters.
For sure.
The dash is broken.
Spirit of the Sun says, shout out to Frosty for always being the Sork defender. The good Sorks will use Grim intelligently. The bad ones will get caught. Simple. And then Musassin says, and this is the first time I've ever seen a comment like this from him, so this is actually, we gotta listen to this. Here we go. Hey Frosty, as per my comment from last week, I've tried Awaken Musa at Star's End, and I like it. Wish that PA wouldn't have omitted one of the buffs for Twister related to that hit reset. Not sure why that wasn't added, even though it was in Global Lab Patch. Well, I guess it's subject to change. For now, I'm a happy camper. Brings a tear to my eye. They can be reasoned with to some extent. It's beautiful. And that's going to be the show, everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. That is the last comment. If you guys want to comment on the show, make sure you go to the YouTube channel, leave a comment. We'll read it on there. We'll be super condescending and rude to you, and it'll be fun and exciting. Reslar, do you want to give all our shout-outs to the patron people and all that stuff?
Yeah, thank you everybody for supporting on Patreon. Make sure to check out everybody's stream, twitch.tv/SoFrosty, Nashi_NA, not Reslar for myself. Yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure you join the Discord. so that way you can get information on the show. That's the only place we post it. I don't do Twitter. We don't have a Twitter for the show. So, do you guys have Twitter? Do you use Twitter? I feel like you're both too old for Twitter.
I have a Twitter for my Maywa, but I literally don't have anything on it. It's like,
Okay, so
I made it. I'm like, this looks like too much work, and I stopped.
did he get the precision in the end? Did he? Nash?
No.
Did you?
No, I gave
No
up.
precision for Nash. He
I
feels
put a
bad.
pre-order on the L card, which I'm probably going to be waiting forever for because
no, dude.
there's like over 100. They need to do something to fix that because it's kind of bad.
Well, the thing that's so dumb is the new crystals that came out, both the monster AP one and the human damage ones, require precision. Like, why don't they make it the precisions that you get at Star's End or something? Why does it have to be the exact same precision that's already sold out everywhere? It's insane.
It's because they're main hand and they want to use the main hand related BMCs. That's why. But yeah, they should either add precisions to other spots.
Well, for Elcar, I get it, but like the new crystals or for the awakened weapon, they also have to use the precisions, which is insane.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
But that's going to do it for this show, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week. Bye.